Let me make sure everyone on Discord is on Discord, so give me 1 second here. We are in live sessions. Could we get a check 1 2 from everybody?
1 2 1 2.
All right.
1 2.
Check.
Check mic 1 2. Check mic.
All right. Everybody sounds pretty good. Let's go to the beginning of the vast, sea of pictures I have here. I got a lot of tabs today. Not only do I have a bunch of tabs here, but I have another window open that has almost the same amount of tabs.
Amazing.
So we were in Waterdeep, and it's a city under a quiet siege right now. You guys had to sneak yourselves into the city to begin with, and you're seeing that, like, even still, movement in and out of Waterdeep is very restricted. There's hardly any tourists around. The morning sun begins to struggle to pierce the overcast skies above Waterdeep, producing these long, crooked shadows between the buildings like dark, bony fingers stretching out and down from the heavens. There's a familiar noise of the city, the laughter of sailors, the hawkers shouting at market, and the clink of coin and song is muffled now, like a cloth has been pulled over the mouth of the city. At the north gate, which is where we are here, old iron portcullis stands half lowered. A tight cluster of town folks wait to get in line. Delivery carts, masons, dock workers, the watch keeps them all still with cold glares and inspection rods. What was once a swift greeting by the city guard has become a strict inspection zone. Papers. Who vouched for you? Where were you yesterday? Between the second bell and dusk. You hear the hiss of a metal lever and the slow grinding of gears. One of the watchmen, living suits of gleaming steel, steps forward from the station. It stands over 7 feet tall, and its polished armor emblazons with the sigil of Waterdeep. Yet it claims no warmth, no eyes, no soul. A child cries quietly in line, clutching their parents, hand tighter as the automation's halberd ticks with internal gears. These aren't guards. These are machines, enforcers, tools, and there are more of them than there used to be. As you pass through the streets of the castle ward together, something else becomes clear. The people are missing too. The laughter of taverns has faded. The cheerful sight of adventurers boasting their open markets has become a rare thing. Gone are the young nobles playing at danger. Gone are the outland traders peddling their wares of maps and cults behind. Have you seen Valen? That party from Boulderscape never came back. Did you hear? The mage from Silvermoon. Dead. No body. Whispers like ghosts that ride the breeze. In the place of adventurers and tourists, notably more black-figured robes who pass through the alleyways without sound. Some whisper incantations into their sleeves. Many keep their heads low beneath hoods, but the watchmen ignore them. Too many watchmen now. The city guard, once proud and present, has quietly been reassigned or absorbed. Some have quit, others have vanished, and high above the skyline that crests the great hill of Mount Waterdeep, a large black-winged bird circles a tower once owned by a reclusive noble mage. Rumor says he is to marry the House Morin's eldest daughter. Waterdeep is still standing, but it is not well. Something has moved into its bones, and the city doesn't even realize it's begun to rot. And that's where we are at the very beginning here. Our first scene is, let's see here. We're in the Silent Shield. It's been your home for quite a while. Through all of this, you have seen a large number of dead adventurers being processed, stored, and you've seen parties dissolve and break up in front of you. You guys are still together, though. You've gone through quite a bit. And we joined you guys the night that you got the Spectral Beast's kitten and smuggled it in. That
Oh
that-
yeah.
yeah.
Baby Blur.
Baby Blur. So our first scene here is a quiet goodbye in the dead of night. So, the moon's very low and it's hanging over the rooftops, and most of the city slumbers, save for the distant clatter of hoofs and the murmur of the watchmen's making their rounds. And there's a soft rap at the door. Knock, knock, knock. Nim's door. And it breaks the silence. 3 quick knocks, deliberate and but quiet, the kind that only someone with years of practice makes when they don't want to wake up the whole house. Nimin, what do you do?
Nimin's grabbing his dagger and hiding it, and he walks up to the door, listening. Does he can he listen and see if he can tell if there's like 1 or 2 people or how many people are there?
Roll a perception.
That is 25.
Dang.
You're very short, and it doesn't take you long to get on all fours and look like under the peak of the door, and the light behind it only shows 1 set of feet standing in front.
All right, I'll who's there?
Still awake, and it's me, Valoran.
Okay, and I open up the door and tell him to come in quickly.
So you open up the door to find Thaloran Moonshadow, cloaked in his midnight blue, his hood drawn and his eyes shadowed. His silver hair peeks out in soft waves, and even his ever-present satchel hangs heavy at his side. But he looks older tonight, not in body, but in burden. He says, "Good. I hope we'd have a moment."
What's bothering you?
He's going to step inside, and his gaze is going to sweep across the room with practiced caution of someone who no longer trusts the walls not to listen. His eyes briefly settle on the Displacer Beast cub, curled in the corner, its form flickering faintly even in slumber. He looks at you slyly and says, "You've made a strange friend." Yeah,
You can say that.
and he gets a little bit closer and looks back at you and says, "And a valuable. If she survives, she'll protect you even better than most men ever could."
Oh, I'm aware.
And then there's a pause. There's like a little bit of silence between you where like there's something left unsaid. And he just like gets real serious and says, "Waterdeep shifting, Nemin. The winds here no longer blow in our favor. Too many eyes and too many whispers behind stone.
I've noticed.
I'm leaving for Baldur's Gate. The Harpers need someone who remembers how to move unseen. Now I've been offered a position. A safer one. One that won't get me hanged in a dark alley for asking the wrong questions." And he steps closer, and his gloved hand kind of like gently gripping your shoulder. And he says, "Come with me. There's time. The city's cracking at its edges. Whatever you think you owe this place, it won't spare you when the shadows fall. You could bring her." And he nods towards the kitten. "Start fresh. Roll an insight check."
Okay. That is 12.
That is the check DC. So you sense that now Thaloran looks at Nimin as a way to make more money. You know, a well-trained thief with a well-trained displacer beast has its value.
What about my friends?
What about them? You owe them nothing either, just the contract you were on. It's already expired, has it not? You've made them more friends and money than they ever could make on their own.
You know as well as I do. Other than you, I've been alone my entire life, and these friends have almost become family. I'm warming up to them. I don't know if I can leave them. Is there any room for them in this? Can we work something out? And can we all go to Baldur's Gate?
He doesn't argue. He just merely nods once and tight-lipped. And he just says, "You walk your own road. Just remember what I taught you." And he points at the dagger on your hip. He says, "That dagger is the last answer, and not the first." And he points at your heart. And he says, "That heart is not a weakness, but a shield." Now, you're always more than just a thief, Niman. Don't forget that. And I guess don't let the city decide who you become. And he just leaves. He just turns around. He realizes that, if he can't get you, he's not looking to bring the whole party. He was just looking to bring you.
Okay. I just whisper, "Thanks, Dad."
And with that, he's gone. His boots
Damn.
soft on
Okay.
the stairs, his cloak billowing like a whisper. Outside, you see a waiting carriage that creaks as he climbs aboard, and off he goes. Niman's left alone, save the flickering shadows and the gentle purring of a kitten at his feet.
He picks up the kitten and sits in his bed and just like pets the kitten as he ponders.
All right. Everybody else, you sleep through the night and nobody knocks on your door and breaks your heart and leaves.
Yay.
Let's see here. So our next scene is going to be the morning at the Silent Shield. So the morning sun trickles through the soot-streaked windows of the Silent Shield. There's the smell of oil lamps and burnt bread as it lingers in the air. You hear the soft thump of the city activity begin to filter in from the Norse worn cobble streets. The displacer beasts. Oh, hold on. We don't need AI data.
Can work smarter and
This place smells like AI data.
Smells like a server rack in here. It actually has a distinct smell. Okay, what tab are we on? Oh, here we go. That's the displacer beasts that you captured are in the stables. They are tranquilized but chained with reinforced magical.
This is not a proper place for these beasts.
Yeah,
Our
no,
horses
it's
are
not. No, no, yeah, yeah. So, you guys are in the common room. What would you guys be doing in the common room?
Where are our horses?
You would be worried about your horses being in the same stable as the displacer beasts. Do you want to?
Yes, absolutely.
Would you all go check on them?
I kind of want to.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
Yeah,
bring
we
the
do
kitten.
Yeah. What's going on with the kitten? Didn't we agree to some roles with the kitten too? I think we probably could do that. Like an animal,
'cause we had to,
animal
like,
handling and
We had to train it or take care
yeah,
of it.
you
and
had to
stuff.
take care of it and feed it. And
Well, if they want to go check the horses, I might stay in here and kind of like tend to the kitten.
okay.
Yeah, you don't want to let it see its
Yeah.
appearance. And
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you on that. So
What would Lucian
Yep.
be doing? Are you going with the girls to check the stables?
yeah, I will.
All right, you guys walk into the stables and you see the displacer beasts. In this photo, they're up and walking around, but you see the displacer beasts tranquilized and chained with reinforced iron shackles in the stables. They kind of like twitch a little bit, and their tails have an illusionary shimmer. You see your horses, and they are in a separate part of the stable, but they are still in the same area. You know, they are.
Are they freaked out?
They are definitely elevated stress. You know, they are, exhibiting a lot of stress factors. Like,
I give
Laura
my
wants to
horse-
ask.
okay,
Everyone
Go-
else does.
okay. We'll start with Malara, and then we'll
Malara wants to
let the
find
ladies
the
first.
stable hand and ask him why the hell there's displacer beasts just in the stables instead of like in a more proper cage.
He's gonna look at you like, "Are you crazy?" and be like, "We couldn't just put them in the inn.
No,
You're the one
not
that brought the displacer beast here. I had to put them in the stables."
We don't have like separate cages. I mean, my horse is stressed out by this development.
Listen, Lady Monster assured me that these magical shackles would hold the displacer beast as long as the narco berries held their magic.
So it's not the shackles holding them down. It's really the
It's
drugs.
a combination of both, yes.
But if they wake up, they could totally just break those chains.
I don't know. I'm not the displacer beast. I care for the horses, not the beasts.
Well, it doesn't seem like you care for the horses because you're putting them in a
Lady
dangerous
Monster
environment.
was supposed to be here soon, though. So, just be careful.
Fine. And I walk away.
He goes back to like brushing your horses and like being nervous too.
I go feed my horse an apple and a carrot and talk to it and pet it.
Roll animal handling. We'll see how well it responds just because of this new environment and these scary cats.
I rolled an 18.
Well, that's pretty good. You probably have low animal handling, but you probably you've established a pretty good bond with this horse, and you managed to calm it down, and with your presence there, it kind of feels a little bit better.
And it likes carrots.
It likes carrots, yeah, and apples.
Fucking love carrots.
What is Brew doing?
Brew's gonna take the blanket off of. Is there an echo? I can hear
I
myself.
don't hear it. Yeah,
It's very, very slight, but
it might be my. Do I still sound okay?
yeah,
Okay.
turn
I
down the
think my
sensitivity.
microphone was. Yeah, my sensitivity was turned like right up.
So you take the blanket off your
Um,
horse?
Yeah, I'm gonna take the blanket off its back and put it over its head.
Oh, good, like blinders.
Yeah.
Roll me an
But
animal
then I'm
handling.
gonna go. Okay. Oh no.
See how well it likes this.
It's a 4.
It starts to go a little bit crazy and like kick a little bit and like nod its head really hard to kind of get the blanket off. It is not happy.
Fine. Just put the blanket back on. But then I'm gonna go to one of the displacer beasts. I just want to stand like kind of close to it and just look at it.
Okay, roll me a perception check with the. Yeah.
It's a 10.
10? Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Nope, that's good.
They definitely look drugged. You're just not sure with
Okay.
what, or you want to pet
I
one?
want to pet it.
All right, you gently.
Just one little
yeah.
head pet.
Yeah, you
No.
just gently
Bro,
stroke
what
its
are you
head,
doing?
and it
What?
just does. It doesn't even
clearly not
hardly like react. It is yeah, it is pretty well out.
Can I tear a little piece off of like the bottom of my shirt that's already tattered anyways and just like stick it in its collar?
Stick it in its collar.
Yeah.
Give
Are
me
you
a
trying
s-
to get an
I
adult
want it to be
displacer
used to
beast?
my yes, I want it to be used to my scent.
Give me a sleight of hand.
Soon we'll have an army of displacer beasts.
Exactly. That's a 9.
Yeah, you.
Bro, what are you
You
doing?
try to stick it in there, but it like begins to wake up and it scares you, and you pull your hand back, and then now it's just like laying on the floor next to it.
Good enough. Okay, I'm gonna leave.
Nimin, what are you doing with the kitten before you go to the common room and everybody else leaves to the common room?
I think I have like a little bowl of milk or something, and I'm just feeding it.
All right. We'll
I
give
don't know what displacer beasts eat.
exotic meats.
assume it's milk. I assume it's milk and exotic meats. Yeah.
Yeah, I would assume.
Oh
so
right, no,
too.
I didn't. I last time didn't I buy?
Oh
some
yeah,
meat?
didn't you buy some
yeah,
meat?
I did. Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, we'll say I'm buying.
Yeah, milk and
serving
meat
the
for breakfast. Yeah. Okay. So roll me an animal handling check to see how well it behaves and how unscathed you become.
Feed it its meat cereal.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the second time meat cereal has been said today.
Wow. There's something to that.
That's a 12.
It's a 12. Okay, so yeah, he does. You do get a nip in. Like he does bite you a little bit, but it's nothing that like really hurts. He's calmed. He's eating his food. He's getting more used to you being the parental figure in its life. Do you leave it in the room or do you take it with you when you go down to the common room?
I'll take it with me, but it's tucked away. Like, actually, I'm
Yeah.
gonna use.
Lord,
I have a little
if you-
bag. I'm gonna keep it in there and like so it's tight and secure and not exposed anywhere.
Give me at least a sleight of hand just to see how well Nimon is probably pretty good at that. So
Yeah. 22.
yeah, you have no problem hiding a little kitten in a bag.
The cat's out of the bag.
so you guys all go down into the common room and meet up, and just about then Lady Monster comes through, and this is what she looks like.
Ooh.
This is Lady Monster here.
Is she
Yeah, actually
human?
have a dragon.
Monster, is that a
Um,
family name?
She's human. She's just unique.
Human adjacent.
Yes. So she says, I just passed the stables. I see you've managed the impossible. They're breathtaking and still alive. My client will be most pleased. And following her is a young man, a young noble, tall with olive-toned skin, shoulder length, black curls, and rings of silver lapis and bones stacked along his fingers. His eyes, a deep violet, are both amused and melancholy, like a poet born in a tomb. He speaks with a slow, deliberate cadence. You've captured a mated pair. Impressive. I am Caladorn Vale of House Vale, the Forgotten Branch, or the Cursed One, depending on who you ask. Please do not bow. You've earned your salute by skill and not title.
Totally wasn't planning on bowing.
His,
None of us were.
his smile is not mocking, but there's something like practiced about it, like he's done it 100 times in a mirror. Does anyone want to do any insight checks on this guy before you?
I do too. I want to read
Ooh,
him for
me.
sure. I know some of the
Damn.
people in the city, so I'm just eyeing them up, seeing if I recognize them, see if I know anything
What's
about
that damn, Malara?
Oh wait, it might be okay because I have a pretty high insight.
Let's get yours first, and then we'll.
That's
get...
a 12.
You figure that this guy is a noble, and he's probably a rich douchebag.
Yeah, I'm getting that air about him.
Nimon, give me your roll for insight.
13.
Oof. You kind of figured the same thing as Malara. Like, you kind of get the same air of, like, a noble house, you know? Like, he's got rings out the ass, you know? He looks nice, his skin's clean, you know? His hair's washed, he's got nice linens on, you know? So...
Yeah. Nim doesn't like him.
So... go ahead.
I rolled an 18.
Lucian, you have that inner divinity speaking to you. You practically sniff out evil. You know, like you're like a human barometer for evil. You know that this man knows the necromancer and has purchased these beasts as a wedding gift. Like you've all kind of know that, but like your hairs are like standing on end at the implications of your meeting.
Do I have the urge to run him through?
Not really. You just understand the magnitude of the setting, you know, like this is it. Like the whole thing that you guys have been working towards is this.
Okay. I
at-
try to be very nice to him. You know, just
Yeah.
throw him off guard.
So as he surveys the party, he looks and pauses and takes note at the lack of adornment among the group. He says, "Strange, isn't it? You all wear scars of confidence, but little else. I find adornment to be both art and armor. May I? And he pulls out a large, well, not a large, but like a medium-sized display box that he carried, and he kind of opens it up and sets it on the table in front of you, around you. He says, "When Lady told me about the Silver Flame party she hired for the job, I knew we were in safe hands." And he produces jewelry wrapped in enchanted silk cloth and gifts each of you something. So, Nimin,
Okay.
you receive a silver ring with a smoky quartz insert. And he says, "It reflects, but never fully. A trickster's charm."
What does it do? Anything? Can I tell if it does anything? Can I?
Sure, give me some rolls. What do you think would tell you about a ring?
Let's see.
What would you use? Like,
For Nim. Let's say just a history check if he knows, like, it recognizes this from anything that he like has come across in the past or anything like that. That is a 12.
you know that it is of fine silver, and you can tell that the stone is in fact smoky quartz, and it looks quite nice on your hand. Yeah, like it's a fine ring. It's probably expensive as fuck.
Nim likes that.
I'm not putting any ring on.
Well, that's
So-
good. That's good. Malara, you get a moonlight laurel.
Ooh.
He hands you a laurel in his hands, both holding it out, and it's woven from.
Side note, what's a laurel?
It is
I'm Googling laurel.
a laurel is it's like a thing that goes around your head, and it's got like leaves on it. It's basically
okay.
that picture I put in to the picture of Malara that we put in. That's a laurel.
Okay. So continue.
Woven from silver wire and a deep blue forget-me-nots. And he said, "For the devoted and the dreamers."
Cool. Thank you, sire.
He
I'm
likes
sorry, I
that.
don't know.
Question.
I don't know how to address nobles around here.
He turns to Brew and looks up. And he
She
like
looks down.
he like reaches up and tries to pin a brooch onto your like like your clothing wherever he can.
She immediately like stops him and just takes it.
You see a brooch shaped like a rising mountain, and it's cut from obsidian and framed in iron. And he says, endurance deserves recognition."
She's gonna bite it.
It's hard. It's obsidian and real iron. Yeah, it's hard as it doesn't chip under your teeth because your teeth are even harder, but
Great. She's gonna put it in her pocket.
and then he walks over to Lucian and he holds out a necklace, and there is a polished blue opal, kind of shaped like an eye, closed in sleep, and he says, may your gods see what lies unseen."
I'll take it. I'm not going to put it on, but I call him by his first name. Thank you, whatever his first name is.
Caladorn.
Calidor. Thank you.
Calzone.
So when you pick up the necklace, Lucian, it glows faintly in your hand, and as if reacting to something divine or perhaps something inside you.
Okay. So I don't trust it, so I'll put it I'll wrap it in a piece of cloth and put it in a pouch.
All right. And then he says to all of you, oh, hold on, I think. Want to make sure. Anna, are you still here, or did you get up? I think she got up real quick. Okay. I want to make sure she's here for this. So give me 1 second.
Pause.
Pause.
Remember, this guy's got a hint of evil in him, so be cautious.
A hint?
He doesn't look that evil though. Look at him. He's so nice. He's got all them fancy rings and he gave you such wonderful gifts.
He smells pretty.
He wasn't bad looking.
All right, since you are back, he says to the group, there is a wedding. Not mine, thank the gods, but of importance. These displacer beasts are meant as guardians for the ceremony, an unusual token of devotion. I require couriers of discretion and capability. You are both. Deliver them to the estate beyond Mount Waterdeep, and in 7 days' time, and he says, this is your contract and your invitation, and he hands you both. He gives Nimin a black wax sealed letter marked with an unidentifiable family crest, which is a silver hourglass half full of black sand.
I am going to put it in my pocket for now. Should I read it now? Do you want me to read it now?
It's basically, if you open it up, you see the contract it says deliver to displacer beasts, to the estate beyond Mount Waterdeep, and it has like a little map there. And then next to it is just like an invitation for each of you to the wedding. For that
We need
purpose.
some cash up. We need some
Lovely.
cash up front and cash at completion.
Yes, of course. You can't expect us to attend a royal wedding without getting fancy new threads.
He said
And we
get to
need
keep
uh,
kitten.
he likes that. He likes that. And what did you say about a kitten? He like immediately perks up.
we
What?
need
Get to keep it.
I'm sorry. Our friend here, she's a little touched in the head after having too many concussions.
Oh,
That's
of
right.
course, of course. Roll a deception with advantage because it's kind of true.
Oh my gosh, it's the same thing. I'm retiring this dice. 12.
Well, that's not too bad.
Lots of 12s tonight.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, he's just gonna like kind of ignore that, but he is going to agree with you. Let's see here. Oh shit, sorry, I'm trying to get dice ready. I'm spilling them everywhere, of course. He's gonna agree with you, and he's gonna give you 300 gold up front.
and we need
Nice. I'll put that in my
a
stash.
method to transport the beasts. So we're gonna need cash for that to buy cages and horses and
Roll me a persuasion, a group persuasion. So everyone roll a persuasion and tell me if you get more successes than
Jesus Christ.
failures.
I got a
6.
I botched. God dang it.
What did
Not
you
got
my
a
night,
fif-
guys.
What'd you get?
15.
15?
I got 19.
You got 19.
1-5.
So what would so Lucian, you just are like explaining the logistics of it. Like we're gonna need horses, we're gonna need cages, we're gonna need your like what would Nimin say?
He's gonna look at him and say, "You know as well as I do. In order to complete this mission, we're gonna have to take care of some things. So we're gonna need some of that money up front."
More the money.
He's gonna cough up more. He's gonna bring in a couple more assistants, and he's gonna say that they're on their way to the bank and they'll be back with 250 more gold. And it'll,
like
it.
it'll be delivered to your room by nightfall, by last bell.
Perfect.
All right, and with that, Lady Monster and her little pseudo dragon, who she scratches under his chin and it makes a little dragon sound, says, "Excellent work, Silver Flame Adventures Guild." I think that's your name. But
Don't you
I was
forget
gonna
it.
shorten it, but that sounds horrible.
good luck, Silver Flame. Good luck at the wedding.
That's good.
That's good.
Yeah, you've earned my respect, and if any future contracts or anything, just come visit the shop. As always, I'll be there. Right up the block, she says. Very close to you. So very close.
Hey,
Sleep tight.
So are we hanging out the rest of the day?
Yeah, what time is it now?
Let's see here. Yeah, it's morning, so you hung out, you went to the thing, you talked to some people. Let's probably just say like probably around lunchtime then. Just pass some time, you know.
So are we planning on just sticking around here waiting for the cash? Reason I'm asking is I want to heal some of the poor people, but and then I want to get a rest to get the powers back before we do any adventuring. Do we have time for that or not?
good deed and a nap.
A good deed and a nap. I like that. All right.
I think we have time for that.
I think I'll join you, and I'll also spend some time in prayer at a local temple.
All right. Well, I'm just going to kind of walk outside, and if there's anybody that's got any ailments, I'm going to use my lay in the
So,
hand.
You guys find a nearby temple for Malara to do some prayers. Lucian, of course, sets up shop as a paladin. It doesn't take long for people to notice him. Let me pull him up. Actually, I think that would be nice to have his picture up for this real quick. So let me open this. Open the browser. Drag this over here. There's Lucian. Look how strong and
Look at
handsome
our
he
boy.
is. Oh man. So, yeah, Lucian, you go out and you're set up on the streets. And it's kind of like, it's a little bit rainy, but you manage to draw a little bit of a crowd. You know, people with head wrappings and their arms that have been broken but haven't healed quite right. You know, people who are too poor to afford magic themselves. You're offering your services for free, so you draw quite a bit of a crowd. Brew and Nimin, what are you doing while Lucian's doing this?
I wanted to find within the area, if I can, a fence who might tell me how much this ring is worth.
You're immediately gonna pawn it off, yeah. Yeah,
No,
roll
I
me.
want to price it out. I wanna know.
Yeah, roll me a survival here. This is home turf.
Let's see. I'm like rolling pretty mid today. 12.
So it takes you a little bit longer, and it's not one that you recognize, but you found a shady-looking half elf in a alleyway behind some stalls. He's got a small, like, set up on a barrel, like a little bit of awning over top of him, and he's got trinkets of different kinds on. And he goes, "You there? Come, see what I've got. See what I got. I got just the thing for a thief like you. Lockpicks are half off on Tuesdays. You know, like."
Actually, wait, do I need anything? I wonder. Let me see. I do have thieves' tools already.
I think I might have the D&D shop catalog. Hold on.
So we are transporting these beasts to the wedding.
Yes.
Okay,
then
so we
also
should
going to
get
the
like
wedding?
our fancy shit tonight or whatever.
If
Or
you get a chance to.
after Malara does some prayer, she's gonna do some shopping.
We'll see about that.
We need to cast detect magic on these items too.
Yeah, you didn't do
Yeah,
that
that's
yet,
what
did
Oh,
Brew
the
you?
wants to
oven is
do.
ready.
Brew wants to
Just
go
sang at me.
find a magic shop.
All right, so yeah, you go up to him and you guys just set the ring down.
Yeah, I'm gonna show him. I was like, I might have something here that's worth something. Can you tell me what it might be?
He looks at it for a really, really long time. Says, it's just a regular ring. I'll give you 30 gold for it.
30 gold, huh? You sure about that?
And he taps it on the table. Says, 32?
I'm gonna take it from him and say, this isn't for sale today, but do you have a grappling hook?
Let's see. Yeah, I got grappling hooks. I got all kinds of shit. Crowbars, hammers. Yeah, how many do you need? 2 gold pieces for a grappling hook.
For a grappling hook? I will take one of those.
You gonna need some chain or you got a good rope?
Actually, yeah, let's get some chain. You got some chain?
I got 10 feet lengths here, and he's like, shink, shink, you know? And it's like 5 gold pieces, though.
I'll take one of those as well.
So you get 10 feet of chain.
Sorry, what was the total on the gold?
So that was 5 gold pieces for that. So 7 gold pieces.
Okay. Perfect, thank you, and I'll get back to you on that ring. And I just walk away.
Malara, do you buy anything while you're at the temple? Oh, I think she might be doing pizza.
Pizza.
So, yeah, he's kind of just like, so what are you in town for? Not very many adventurers I see around here.
I come and go, you know?
Oh, he
Got a
likes
few
it.
things to
Winks.
do.
All right, pizza's in the oven.
Malara, do
Pizza's in the
you
oven.
do you buy anything from the temple, like any faith supplies or potions or anything while you're there, or do you?
I just realized I
let me
put on an
see.
accent when I said that. Why would
It's
Nim's just
hard.
mimicking his accent?
Yeah, it's
Actually,
hard.
that's a skill I have. I can mimic his accent.
So you don't have any potions of healing?
It's hard in roleplay when I'm on a server and someone's got a real thick accent, not to just develop it.
Is there any potions of healing available?
Yes, there's a high elf cleric that comes out and sees you and is excited to see another elf, and she takes you back and shows you the items that she has, and you see, you know, blankets and books of scripture and candles, but you see the potions on the wall there. She grabs one and
I'm gonna go to the washroom. I'll be right back.
Who was that on the porch again, by the way?
potion of healing.
Keep-
They're 50 gold pieces.
50 gold. Can't you come down a little bit? You know, one elf to another. I am on a noble quest to spread love and light, and I need to make sure I don't
Roll
Fall.
a
on my
Persuasion.
journeys. Yeah,
That's pretty persuasive. Let's see.
that's a way better roll.
Rain.
It's gonna be a 19.
She will give you 2 of them for 50 gold.
I will take it. Thank you very much, High Elf Cleric.
Okay. And when Sean gets back, we're gonna go back to Lucian and his scene.
Brew wants to find a magic shop.
Brew wants to find a magic shop.
Yeah, she wants to know what the hell this thing is that this guy gave her.
Oh,
Be fucking around.
I like this. Everyone's worried.
Are the 3 orphans around?
The ones that you've been seeing, yeah, probably. They live close by, so they've just come probably to see you.
I
Regulars.
slip them some silver so they can go have some fun.
Oh, sorry, I just saw the guy outside that lives next door. He throws. I think he's practicing for frisbee golf. I just hear the chain. And is getting comfy clothes on. It's not a bad idea.
Chain.
Yeah, the chain
Frisbee
from
golf has a chain.
there's the basket has chains that hang down, so when they hit,
Oh.
it catches the frisbee, I guess. Is the whole
Gotcha.
thing.
I was picturing like a frisbee on a chain.
Yeah, so you can get it back.
Yeah, it's like this is weird, but okay.
Doesn't throw very well.
Back in my day.
Doesn't throw very well. Alright.
Take it to the magic shop.
Well, why don't you roll me a survival check and see if Brew can find a magic shop while we wait.
All right.
Hey, 19.
Alright.
I need to get like a wedding outfit or whatever. I just want to get like a nice outfit.
You find an Arcana shop. It's bubbling, beakers and ancient tomes and incense and, people casting spells all willy-nilly and like making things float around. And you see a tiefling man behind the counter. And he waves you over. Come. It's not often we see a Goliath in here.
She's gonna walk up, but she's like eyeing everything.
Yeah, as if it could
To,
like
like,
hurt her.
magic.
Yeah.
Well, she's gonna take the brooch or pin or whatever it was out of her pocket and just toss it on the counter. What is that?
It's a brooch, I believe. It looks like a mountain, perhaps.
What does it do?
Are you asking? Oh, I could probably detect magic on this, but for a price,
How much?
2 gold.
Done.
He puts his hands out and kind of like feels it, and doesn't really have any magical effects, ma'am. I think this is just an embellishment, something fancy, very, very finely made. I'll give you 50 gold.
We'll see. What about this? And I'm gonna toss the handkerchief that it was wrapped in.
He kind of like puts his hands over it again, and then kind of gets like a little bit wide-eyed, and he says, there's something blocking me, like an eye that's closed, slumbering. I do not know.
Elaborate.
Something has touched this. Something dark. Is everybody back? We got
Yeah, I would be.
I think so.
So, Lucian, you've been using magic, healing people, and you feel a sharp pain coming from your hip, the pouch where you kept the necklace. It almost feels like it's hot and burning, and at the same time, your chest starts to develop a sharp pain, like you're being lanced with a blade of ice and fire driven through bone.
That's not good.
You kind of like stagger back a little bit and you drop the satchel, and blue light comes out of it, and blue light comes out of your chest plate, and the children around you, they're frozen in fear, their eyes wide, and your breath is hitched and the world becomes tilted. And then suddenly blue flame erupts from beneath your skin. It bursts from your back like wings of raw magic, flickering wildly with unstable arcs of Curlian lightning. Your veins glow through your skin in jagged patterns. Well, I think I have that. Where is he? I have to find that. I have an image for you guys. Hold on. It's pretty wicked. So that image was where is he? That's Lucian before. We have an after picture. Let me open this into browser. Boom.
Oh. I might have to
Well.
chop his head off.
You can try.
So yes,
Are we around him right now?
I don't know. Are you guys? I think you all went off on your own little adventures to try to figure out
Yeah,
if
yeah.
your own magic items were cursed. And no one did a detect magic on Lucian's necklace. He just put it in his pocket.
Yeah, that's on you, man.
His heart was in the right place though. He would immediately, without question, went to help the poor and the sick. So we'll see. Yeah, there's screams. There's the nearest child. He's hurled backwards into a stone wall, unconscious. A vendor across the street clutches
Oh,
at
I'm
his
near him.
face, where where blue fire has kissed him, skin blistering with magical burns. A wooden cart is ignited, and a horse tore free from their reins. Yeah, so like immediately you would hear,
I'm still
like,
conversing with
yeah,
the
Malara.
elven.
yeah, just
Yeah.
like the second you get done with your sail, like you start to hear this.
Can I who has a sending stone right now? Can I get on the sending stone and be like, you guys hearing this, seeing this? What's going
Don't we
on?
all have one? Or
Or do
it's we
I
got
think it's
2
just
and
two of
2,
them,
don't
right?
we?
I hope-
Yeah,
I don't
We
know.
had 4 of
I
them.
think Lucian might have it.
I think
We had 4 of them.
I think he had
we have
4
4
of
of them?
them.
Okay, I'm gonna get on the sending stone then and be like,
Yeah, you see like blue light in the
you guys seeing
distance.
this?
and,
All right,
like,
yeah,
hear
okay. Are you guys
screams.
seeing this blue light?
I come rushing out of the temple and see all this and get on the comms and be like, Lucian's having some sort of magical reaction.
I'm gonna start
I have
heading there
any-
now.
Do I have any control of myself?
Roll me a Constitution saving throw to this Mentos
Mentos.
commercial here. Real quick.
Amazing.
Roll me a
I
Constitution.
just rolled a natural 20.
So you feel your god watching you, and he's trying his best to get at what is happening, but the necklace that's on the ground that's like cursing this light that's pulsing with the same light. There's something blocking you from like you try to will it down. You're biting your tongue in pain, and you're reaching out to you shield the nearest person to you. You prevent people from dying. Basically, people get hurt, but you prevent people from dying. But your hand is like when you reach out in your nat 20 to like prevent people from getting hurt. Your hand is just like badly burned. Windows just shatter around you, and there's the scent of blue stone, and like flesh that fills the air. People ran away from this. Like it's just like now it's like the rain's hitting. There's people like laying around cursing your name, like, why, Lucian? Why would you do this? And then just as suddenly as it began, the flames dim, leaving you shaking and weeping, surrounded by the injured.
Can I do a medicine check on him to make sure he's not like completely toast?
Yeah, you run up to him and he's like still smoking on his knees, just probably a little out of it. What do you do, Lucian?
Well, I'm going to try to destroy the necklace. So I'm going to take, a rock and try to smash it on the ground.
There's clear debris all over the magic that arced out of you caused a lot of damage. So you find a large stone. Give me a roll for it.
I rolled a 12.
All right, it's on the ground and it's a necklace. So you hit it. Roll me a d6.
5.
All right, that's pretty good. All right, so yeah, you managed to smash the blue opal, and that faint light that you saw in it is like diminished. Malara, you get over just in time. Roll me a medicine check. As you're checking him out, I'm assuming Brew and Nim show up to the scene.
Yeah, I'm gonna run up.
There's a silence in the air, followed by someone muttering, "Plague-born!"
Oh, I rolled a 12, by the way.
Damn, a lot of 12s.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah,
Number of the night.
he's crispy. He's hurting. He's pretty low
Where's-
health.
I'm gonna run up to him and help pick him up and say, "Easy there, hot stuff." Um, and
I chuckle.
I'm gonna go to the crowd. Is there people around or anything?
Yeah, there's people ran, but they're the only ones around are the injured right now.
Okay, never mind. I was gonna do something distracting, but if they're injured, I'll.
Hey, look at me.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of help Lucian up.
You guys
Can
look
Brew find
around.
the person that in the crowd that yelled Plagueborn? And
Is
did you see them?
did my 3
Yeah,
orphans, did they get hurt?
One of them did, yeah. One of them's knocked unconscious.
Are the other 2 still around?
No, the other two ran the fuck away from you.
All right, because I was gonna say, run to my temple and get people to try to come and help these injured people.
Would
About
the clerics from the temple behind us kind of just be out and helping people at this point?
yeah, they're out and helping people, but at the same time, they're also looking for the town's guard. You
Oh
know.
Well,
shit.
We need to go.
Are you able to move, Lucian?
Yeah, I think I am. Let's go. I smashed her necklace.
Yeah, you're not like hurt, but you did suffer some damage from that. Like your armor's all, a little messed up, and your your stitches and all the in betweens are a little bit damaged. But the plate mail's still plate mail, but anything that wasn't metal, was burnt up.
All right,
Can we
we should get back and then try to get some rest and keep a low profile for a little bit here.
Yeah, let's try to sneak back to the room.
Yeah. So now we're gonna have a little bit of a skill challenge.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yep. Oh no, I was right.
Especially if it's stealthy. Let's go.
You can use whatever skill you think your character would use to get out of this situation. Basically, the situation is you could clearly hear the sound of a pair of watchmen coming your way. You can either stay and face it, or you can get out of there.
Yeah, let's
and-
get out of here.
Yeah, let's get out of
I'm
here.
going to grab a blanket, whatever, to throw over me, and I'm going to act like I'm one of the injured from the incident and just trying to get away.
Roll me a performance check. I think would be the
Alright.
most apt.
Natural 20.
All right.
Okay.
Amazing.
I got
That's-
Best performance
this
ever.
website is doing good for me.
Yeah, well, I like that because your god was looking at you, down at you. You were doing the right thing, and you so yeah. He you're like looking around for a blanket, and the rain is like going really heavy, but like a cloud parts just right, and a beam of light comes down, and there was like a stall that got knocked over that sold blankets, and so you wrapped up in it, and you like managed to get through the crowd and like limping a little bit, which isn't really too wrong. You are injured, so like it
Right.
wasn't too hard to act injured. Yeah, we'll count that as a success. All right. What would Niman be doing?
He's gonna help the group and kind of like he knows the streets. He's gonna like the low profile. He's gonna try to help them with stealth. I think
Okay.
stealthily try to get the group out of there. Can I have? I assume these are like stone streets and stuff, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you can
Can I
have
have
an
advantage on my roll?
Yep. Because you are a dark gnome. We won't ignore that.
That is a 24.
24. Yeah. So you managed to keep the group into a low profile and weave throughout the streets and into alleyways. I see that our music stopped. We are still listening.
Pizza's about to come out, so I'll be right back.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna go grab something too. I'll be right back.
All right. Well,
You want a
since
gummy, Marie?
ooh,
Gummy? You want a gummy?
No, not today.
so we'll do Brew next since you're here and we got you around. What would Brew be doing?
Brew's gonna do. Oh boy, what is Brew gonna do? right now.
Well, if you want to use athletics and just book it, I mean, that would be totally valid.
I don't know if this would count as deception or persuasion.
Tell me what you're thinking. Are you
'Cause I
trying to make
see-
other people do something, or are you trying to trick people into thinking you're something else or doing something else?
So when I see these guards coming, and then I see that Nimin's trying to like lead,
Yeah, be
People the
stealthy.
other way.
Yeah.
I want to try to get the guards' attention and be like, there was an explosion, but the person that did it ran this way. Follow me.
Yeah, so that would be, let's say that's deception.
Shoot. Shoot day. It's an 8.
Ooh.
Come on, guys.
You're immediately going to get grilled. They are very suspicious that perhaps you were the one that caused the explosion itself, and they're just gonna say, "Halt! Do not move."
I'm taller than they are.
Yeah, you are just about the same height. You are being detained for questioning. Strict use of advanced magic is prohibited in the city's markets.
Like, and now I'm gonna use athletics and try to run away.
We'll have to do that next round, cause it is Malara, I think, the only one who hasn't done something. And I think Malara is getting pizza. So
That seems like a success.
Roll
to
for
me.
pizza.
So we have 2 successes and 1 failure.
Uh,
Very skillful. Very has to shovel it in my mouth right away. Got it. All right. Yeah, eat that right away. Poor Lucian.
Oh well.
I feel
I'm just worried about my 3 little orphan people.
I know.
They're resilient. They're good.
Yeah.
But I was like, if I was an evil guy and I, had some insight, what could I do to be
All I know is that guy's dead.
evil?
He will have a sword run through him.
Thank God.
I mean- I may be a paladin, but I'm a vindictive paladin, so
We'll see if that breaks an oath. We'll see. I don't know.
I didn't like the cut.
it's righteous.
It is righteous. It might be.
He hurt people. He made made a scenario where imps got hurt.
technically, you hurt people, Lucian.
No, no.
I was battling a boo out there trying to get the little sausages.
Well, you're up next. Brew tried to go back to the Watchmen and convince them that it was a magical explosion, and the guy went that away. They are not buying it and are kind of like detaining her for questioning, telling her verbally not to move, and they're detaining her for questioning. Nimin is leading,
Plan.
is kind of like leading the way and is stealthily moving throughout. What would Malara be doing?
Can I use survival to tuck down an alleyway because we've been in and out of the city so much and kind of tuck myself away from view?
Been hanging out with Nimin too much. All right, I love it. Let's
Be a 24.
holy shit! All right,
I found my d20.
all right. Yeah, you managed to in the confusion, push yourself up against an alleyway that Nimin points out, and you slide into it, and it's very, very close, and the guards run right past you, and they don't see you. We'll count that as success. Brew, just give me an athletics check just because,
That is 16.
Yeah, you managed to book it. The second they're like, halt, you're like, yeah, no. And you just
What if no?
you run really far, and And everybody eventually meets up back at the Silver Shield on foot. What do you guys do once you're back at the inn?
We
go
should
up
probably
and-
get some rest. Get Lucy into bed, or at least somewhere.
Whatever heal spells I have left, I'm gonna heal myself, and then I'll get a rest and get them all replenished. Take care of my armor. Take care of my weapons.
Yeah,
You're
I
gonna
can
do a
use
long rest
mending on
till the
anything.
evening, till the night.
Yeah.
Plot my revenge on that guy.
If there's anything broken on your armor there, Lucian, I can cast mending on it.
Thank you.
I'm gonna perception check his armor to see if there's anything.
I just want to warn the group that my item was cursed and evil, so maybe your items are too. So just be
We'll have
aware.
to check him out.
You
Well, I
guys,
I
you
gotta-
guys
I know
detect
mine
any
was.
magic on them, or? Well,
I got detect magic, so I can cast detect magic on all
Brew,
three of them.
do you tell him about your experience?
Are you talking to
Yeah.
me?
No, I'm talking to Brew.
Yeah, I tried to get someone to look at mine, and they said it was fine, but the handkerchief was questionable.
I say we burn the handkerchief.
I hand over my laurel to you guys to check it out for anything evil, while also, you're never gonna believe this, I rolled a 12 perception on Lucian's armor to see if he needs any mending.
Yeah, he does. You see that he's got like fasteners and belts that have
All right,
been
then I
burnt up or
cast
broken.
mending to fix his armor. And I wave my hands over it, and a blue light shimmers and connects the leather back together and puts the snaps back together.
The innkeeper comes into the common room and informs you guys that Lyra Voss will be there in the morning to speak to you guys, and she has something important to show you. And
Do
it's-
items radiate evil?
if they're evil, yeah, you would detect the evil, but if it's being hidden or masked, you would have to do a detect magic or an insight, a really high insight to determine.
All right, because I've got both detect magic and detect evil.
So you
So of
you
the
could
three-
cast these on the 3 items and find
Right.
that-
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
So you deduce that the only item that was cursed was yours,
Okay.
and that these are just valuable items, and that their proximity, because they're so here's the thing with items in D&D, when they're really finely made, it doesn't take much to imbue items like that with magic.
Sure.
When it's so he gave you really nice things for a reason, and it was trying to kind of confuse you guys a little bit. A false gift, if you will. But yeah, you guys.
So
Go ahead.
go ahead. Sorry.
I just was wondering what we're gonna do with the kitten tonight. I would like to see some more kitten rolls to see if it's any trouble.
Hidden roleplay.
Sounds delicious.
That's right.
I would like to hold the kitten if possible, because I know that it's Nims, but I really like the kitten too.
Animal handling.
You're muted.
Nim reluctantly gives it to you, and he's watching carefully to make sure you don't hurt him accidentally. He's very worried about
Like a
his little guy.
newborn, like a
Yeah,
new mom.
Yeah, it's like handing over a newborn baby.
All right, my animal handling is a
Careful with 'em.
19.
It's my boy.
So yeah, we managed not to get maimed too much. You do get a couple nibbles. It is a wild animal, but you managed to handle it. Yeah.
Cause I'm tickling its tummy and petting its head.
And you guys are developing a stronger bond with the group, and it feels a lot more at home. Some other commoners in the common room are kind of impressed and are looking at it.
Can we teach it like I look over at Nim and I say, can we teach to like disguise itself as just a normal house cat?
Got tentacles, doesn't it?
Can we
Mhm.
try? Maybe there'll be something we can find.
Yeah, but for the time being, it's a cat with tentacles. And it's pretty big. Like, it's a Displacer Beast kitten. Like, it's not the
Yeah.
size of a kitten. It's like the size of a small dog.
So like, can I do like an insight of like the vibe of the people that are like looking at it?
Sure.
Oh, botch.
You think they want to steal your cat?
I start looking around, like tracking people's movements and stuff.
Well, it's worth a lot of money.
I'm gonna pick it up by the scruff.
I
Give me a sleight of
mumbled
hand.
I mumbled to our group that don't let it get out too much that we have this thing. You know, two and
Right.
two are going to put together that, you know, we have the parents. Now we have a kitten. It's going to get out. So
Right.
So what do you do, bro?
I just want to pick it up by the scruff. and Look at it.
Roll me a sleight of hand. Because it's like moving around.
Those are 13.
Yeah, you snatch it up and it swats at you. And kind of like hisses
I
a
like
little
hold it at an arm's length.
bit.
I don't get it.
it's a meal. That's how you judge it. Yeah, this would be lunch.
Basically. Or money.
More money for lunch.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Best of both.
Nim's gonna kick her in the shin and hopefully she'll drop it and I'll catch.
Just gonna stare down at you real hard.
Give me Blur back.
Toss it at you.
Alright, I catch him and put him back in the bag.
So
He's like a small dog size. Isn't he like the same size as you?
so should you put a
Kinda.
collar on it and a leash
Oh, we should probably get a collar, yeah.
so you can at least not let it run away?
The only one that you
Um,
guys would know might have a collar might be the stable boy.
Hmm.
Because most of the shops are closing up now.
Or
I
at
have
least
some
you know,
rope. I have
yeah,
some
tie a
rope if we
rope
can get a
around-
collar.
I just don't want it to run away. If you guys are dead set on keeping it, you know, make sure it
Yeah.
doesn't run away.
He won't run away, he's a good boy.
He's still
Is it-
wild.
Male? Female? No gender?
I don't know if we decided that, but
I'll have to roll, I'll have to flip a coin or something, I don't know. Leave it to chance, you know?
Whatever it is, it's getting fixed.
Yeah, there you go. Stop
enough
the
strays around
displacer
here.
beast population. It's an evil creature. Do you guys
So what
ask
hap-
the stable boy for
yeah, I'm gonna go see if I can get a small collar from the stable boy. Stable boy,
he's
do you
pre-
have a collar?
tucking in your horses and shit? Yeah, I think I got one
Yeah.
around here somewhere. Hold on, let me check. And he's like going through his stuff and his like brushes.
One for a
you know, like
size of a small dog.
he comes out with a couple different sizes, one big, one medium, one small. The medium one looks like it'll fit, and he says two silver pieces for that strap of leather there, and it'll be yours.
All right, I toss him a couple silver and I take the collar.
He's like,
And
"Oh,
I,
you got a new dog, did you?"
Yeah, something like that.
All right.
I'm
Yes.
gonna walk away and get to like a private area where
Technically
I can
not
like
a
open up my
lie.
bag and put the collar on.
Yeah, you all go back to your silent rooms at the Silent Shield, and tuck in for the night. No interruptions, nothing throughout the night, so you all heal to full health. And in the next morning, you find Lyra Voss in the common room, sitting waiting for you as you come down. She says, "I've already ordered breakfast. Have a seat."
I sit down.
Is she
Oh,
aware of the explosion that happened yesterday?
Do you ask her?
Before we do anything, though, I just want to make sure I got the coin right from last night. That what was it, 250 they were going to put up in the room.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, again, because I always forget, who is this lady again to us?
She's the Harper agent that has been giving you guys missions. She's the one that hooked you up with Lady Monster. You know, she's the one that hooked you up in the Silent Shield. She's
Does,
basically Nim's boss.
Do I feel, because I can't really ask in front of her, that Nim trusts her?
Roll an insight. We'll see how much you've incited from that relationship.
I rolled a 4, so not very well.
You know that she's his boss. You know, like
Okay.
that's about how much you know.
Yeah, and I don't know
alright,
if they've ever said anything about her, so
I'm just going to ask her, did you hear about the incident yesterday? And I'm just wondering on the people that were injured, how they are doing. Do you know of that?
She's
Without
gonna- she's-
specifically stating that we were involved.
Right, she's gonna raise an eyebrow a little bit, and she's gonna say, "Ah, yes, the magical explosion. I've heard about that. I have agents reporting. No one was killed, luckily, but quite a few number of civilians were injured. And the guard is looking for," and she looks at Brew, "a Goliath for questioning."
Yeah,
Does
well,
do we know the names of the people that were injured? I mean, were they sent to temples or?
I'm sure they were sent to temples. I'm sure I could have my people find out for you.
I would appreciate that, being a healer. You know, I'm interested in that stuff. So
Yeah, she will get you in touch. But she. Oh, we just got a subscription from Golf Bravo Fox. He's joined us. We're doing a little quick Prime drop off. Thank you. Daddy Bezos, we appreciate that. So yeah, she is going to ask you guys if you had anything else to update her, debrief her about.
Well, we've got our in at the wedding.
Oh, excellent. So you've completed your mission for Lady Monster. Is that why I've heard some low growls from the stables?
yes, indeed.
Either that or horse flatulence.
I've been giving them a lot of carrots.
A lot of carrots and
Yeah.
apples. Yeah. True.
extra fiber in their diet lately.
True, yeah.
You know where I can get a suit?
She knows of quite a few tailors that she shops with herself. You know, she kind of looks down at herself and tries to imagine a suit like that on a Goliath, and says, "Yeah,
Nothing fancy.
I know a good tailor that could get you dressed for the occasion, but you will be paying by the yard."
I don't need a good tailor. I just need a tailor.
She kind of tells you about a shop not too far from here in the North Ward. We can find that here in a sec. Anything else to say? Anything else that you guys have?
Are you aware Thalarin has gone to Baldur's Gate?
Well aware. He's been tasked with a very important mission, and I hope he serves us well while he's there.
Me too.
Of course, I can't tell you about it. Nothing more. Just that it's of the most
No,
importance.
I understand.
I had to say goodbye to your dad.
Yeah, he just left in the middle of the night.
My dad? Yeah, I guess I did.
So
That's all he's gonna say about that.
she ushers you guys
Went out for a
all-
carton of milk, huh?
Yeah. She ushers you
No,
guys.
he's coming back.
She's gonna usher you guys all outside, and there's a covered cart. And she's like, "We need to avoid attention. Everybody on."
Okay, I get on.
I crawl in.
Nim dives.
I'm in.
All right. So, avoiding the attention of the Northern Ward eyes, she leads you guys on a route winding uphill. The noble houses give away to merchant estates and then to older temples and magistrate offices. You guys stop at a narrow townhouse. A marble facade, dulled by ash and smoke from a nearby chimney stack. a discreet Harper sigil with 2 wings that only really Nim and keen-eyed people that have a high passive perception notice. With 2 wings folded around a sword marks the lintel. Let me see. I think I got a. There we go. We got a picture. So she stops the carriage, and you all get out and enter. You enter this alabaster hollow. The foyer is tight but immaculate, all pale wood and enchanted silence. The main hall has walls of muffled glass, filtering in moonlight even during the daytime. There's a fireplace that burns with a cool blue flame, enchanted to warm only those with Harper marks. So you were all given a Harper marker. So you all are warmed by this enchanted blue flame. And then there is a sealed war room that she takes you to and opens it up. Inside you see a tactical map of Waterdeep's sewer system and the Castle Ward's political districts and known Xanathar hideouts. Each room
Finally.
is warded for scrying and is warded from scrying protection and marked by illusion triggers. You briefly see a memory flicker in the corner of your eye, a past Harper agent dead and gone. Outside, in the back, is a small garden terrace, accessible only through an illusionary door that sits perched behind a veil of light. These flowers that are there bloom even under the urban smoke, and wind chimes hang in the dead air. She says to you guys, "This is ours, for now. Quiet, clean, protected. Stay here only if you must. Harper cells are collapsing all over the city. Someone is tracking us to the city's ghosts, and more adventurers are showing up dead. We don't know why yet, but expect contact with an agent soon. She's supposed to meet you. One more. She's supposed to meet you next to the yawning portal."
Yawning portal. Where's that?
Not too far from here. I'm gonna pull up a map. Waterdeep interactive map. So we are now in the Castle Ward. We moved out of the North Ward. You guys were all the way like up here, and you moved down the North Ward and into the Castle Ward. I was gonna put you on Warrior's Way for now. I was thinking one of these blocks because this doesn't have any houses on it, so we'll put you dab in the middle. And the yawning portal is just in the very south of the Castle Ward. So let's see how far away that would be. Do I do distance again? Distance and time. Yeah, not very long, just like a couple of minutes.
And what is this place again?
Yeah, 15 minutes. The place you're in currently is just a castle estate called the Alabaster Hollow. It is basically it's a Harper safe haven. Even the Silent Shield has become too dangerous for you guys. And you probably will save some money because you've been paying
And
for an inn.
what's the place we need to go to?
The Yawning
portal?
Portal. It is a tavern. Let me pull it up again.
I asked the lady, how are we going to get our horses and the displacer beasts?
Oh, yeah, we just left them.
She's sent an agent to purchase everything that you guys need. You're going to get a cage on a wheel. You're going to get a horse, and you're going to get the shackles, the magical shackles.
We're gonna need more drugs too for the cats.
You're gonna need some more drugs. That's gonna be on you guys to go get. You got a week's time to get ready.
What about my horse?
Y-
Yeah, our horses.
so
Yeah, we need to get our
w-
things
well,
from the.
Where's this? I'll just see if there's a stable in Castle Deep or in the Castle Ward real quick. Hold on. There's the palace stables. Nah, we don't want that. But there are quite a few stables.
Anything we can keep with displacer beasts at? Or should we just leave them where they're at?
Shoot, you guys caught me up. We have to come up with something for that. They could probably be placed in the sealed war room. There's enough room. There's enough room in this place where you think you could probably keep them here. But-
Or if we just leave them at the where they're at currently until we're ready to leave, as
That-
long as
that
we
could
send
work better,
messengers
she
with
says.
cash.
Yeah,
Yep.
that should work better. She says. I like that idea.
But we do need our horses, so
Well, I will send for your horses. We'll just say that there's an attached, like nearby. There's a stable that the Harpers work through. Just say like only like 2 minutes away. There's a little tie up for them.
And what's at this tavern that we're going to go to?
You're meeting with an agent. She's got intelligence for us about the wedding and about the necromancer.
Well-
It's information coming in from the south.
To
of
the
city.
bar.
Yeah, do we have time to do it right now?
Of course.
Then I say we go
Okay.
stealthily.
Stealthily.
Hold on. Sorry. I gotta
We try
refill
not
my
to draw
water.
attention, and we probably don't go as a group. You know, we space out our travel a little bit.
I like that.
Well, I imagine a lot of the guard will be on the lookout for people who look like Brew.
Brew and
Yeah.
Neiman, I'm going to need either a disguise kit from either of you, or I need a stealth check from both of you.
Wolf. I'll try stealth.
From who? Brew and
Brew and Lucian. Lucian is a wanted man. Brew is a wanted Goliath woman. So
no one saw me.
no one saw you. Everyone that saw you was all messed up, and
Good.
they're still unconscious. They might still tell what happened, but for
I
now,
got a 14.
yeah, 14. Okay. What'd you get, Brew?
A 13.
Oh, okay.
I will walk separate of the group, so if I do get captured, they're not part of me. But
That's so nice.
Yeah.
hopefully
Same.
we're within eyesight of each other in case we do have to support each other.
You hunch over like a little old lady to try to like negate some of your height. And pull up
Now I'm
a
only
pull
7
up a
feet
hood.
tall.
Yeah. Nimin, what do you got? What are you doing?
Muted.
I have my guy's self.
Mm.
Um, See, I'm gonna disguise myself as a. What did I do last time? A dwarf, right? I think. Yeah, I think that is what I did. Yeah, so I'm gonna disguise myself as a dwarf.
Nim's got a whole second life where he's got a dwarf family and
Yeah, so I'm gonna disguise myself as a dwarf. And I'll be dressed in like modern clothing and nothing fancy, but
all right, with that, you don't need any stealth checks. You just are moving through the crowds. It's definitely a lot less. It only takes you guys like 15 minutes to walk from the castle ward to the south of the castle ward, so you're not there. It doesn't take very long at all for you guys to get there. But there's still smoke in the air from all the chimneys, and like it's a lot tighter. It's just got a different vibe. And you guys come up to the Yawning Portal. It's a huge tavern. It's one of the most famous in the Sword Coast and in the city. It's known for having an access to the Undermount in it, a big well, 2 wells, in fact, that go down into the Undermount. And adventurers go down there and look around and search for treasure, and they're known for selling adventurers gear. What do you guys do when you get there?
I buy a hooded cloak.
All right. The guy behind the counter is a gnome, and he's a little bit, wry and skinny. But he gets up on a ladder and grabs a stack of cloaks and holds a couple out in a couple different colors, neutral tones that match stone and wood.
Something that's not too new, little worn. And then also I'll buy things like some oil and replenish my tinder box, just normal adventuring stuff to kind of mix it all together.
Just drop a gold and he'll get you sorted.
Sounds great.
Let me see if we can find the Yawning Portal. See if we find some images here. Oh yeah, see that's the big well that's in the middle there, and that's outside. And this is the that's what the fireplace looks like, I guess.
Sick.
There's a tiefling dancing on the rim. Oh, there's your orphans actually.
Good for them.
Yeah, the Yawning Portal is a pretty cool spot. It's about the only place where you've seen people. Like, it's like one of the only taverns left that actually has some commoners in it. Nim, give me a perception check. Are you muted?
Perception, that is 24.
Everybody kind of like walks up to the front porch. Lucian goes in to buy some adventurers gear, and as you're like walking up in right next the alleyway right next to the side of the Yawning Portal, you see a half elf cloaked standing there, like kind of like eyeing you as you walk up, like checking to see if you're the one that they're supposed to be looking for, like she's like looking at everyone who's like walking in to see if like it's them, that she's looking for.
Okay. I'm gonna walk up to her and say, "Looking for someone?"
Are you alone? Do you just walk up by yourself, or do you bring anyone with you? Or...
Who wants to go with me?
I don't
Okay,
think-
how would I look at the group first, and I'm like I point over to that person and say, "See them?"
Lucian's the
looking for
only
someone.
one that isn't there right now, so
Okay.
I'll go with you, Nim.
Okay.
I don't want anyone to really see me at the moment, so I'm gonna go inside and find a dark corner to sit in.
Okay.
all right. So you walk up to her and she flashes you a Harper symbol and goes, "Are you him, Nimmin?
Yeah.
Told
this
me
is
I was meeting a gnome."
Yeah. Well. Sometimes our looks change.
And she kind of like, this is what she looks like, by the way. She's
Are you okay?
It's been a rough day.
she looks exhausted, as if she
Need a
hasn't
nap?
slept in days. And she goes, "You've heard of Skullport, right?
Yeah.
You know what's festering down there? Well, now it's climbing up. We've lost contact with one of ours, a harper named Varlo Denth. He was embedded in the South Ward, watching the cult tied to the old House of Bones. He sent a final message 4 nights ago. One single word." And she like shudders and like looks. She says, Hallowed.
Hmm.
Roll an
Do you know
insight.
what that means?
Roll an insight.
Roll an
to
insight?
See,
Yeah, roll an
see if you know.
Sean knows. I don't know if Nim knows.
That's the great thing.
18.
Yeah, you know that it probably has something to do with the necromancy cult and some kind of magic, some kind of bad ritual. It doesn't sound good. Sounds like something's up.
Yeah, we've seen some of this on our path.
She looks at you both and says, "The locals are going missing. The poor, the nameless, the uncounted. No one's raising questions. And the watchmen, they're standing down like someone had told them to. I think some kind of ritual's begun. I think they're trying to open something. Find the source, stop the bleeding. If Varlo's alive, God's help him, save him." And she's gonna slide you a piece of paper into your hand. It's a crude sketch of an alleyway and a burned-out warehouse with a dark eye symbol scrawled all over the door. And below it, it says Salt Brown Alley. 2 bells past dusk. Do not be seen. Roll an insight, both of you, Lara and Nim.
That is 13.
All right, and Nim.
8.
Malara, you can sense that that Viv here is holding something back. Fear. She's seen signs of necromancy, and it's worse than she's letting on.
Is there anything more you need to tell us? And I kind of like stare her in the eyes.
Like she just like kind of like is holding back tears. And she goes,
It's okay. And I put a hand on her shoulder.
"It's dark. Whatever is happening, it's so dark. I've been in the dark for so many weeks. I haven't slept." And she's just beat, you know.
I say a blessing of Moonbow above her so that she may get some rest and be filled with dreams of peace.
Roll an Arcana. Or a religion, rather.
Nat 20.
Yeah, she is going to be, it's gonna be the best sleep she's ever had, and she thanks you for it. She can tell
It's like a
now.
melatonin.
Yeah, you gave her basically a magic melatonin. And if you want to roll any Arcana on the word hallowed, now would be the time to do that.
Let's do that.
Since you're the
It's going to be a 24.
Holy shit. All right. So, yeah, you know that the word hallowed might refer to a dangerous soul draining ritual, sometimes used in anchor planar gateways. Basically, it's opening up a doorway. You know, like it's part of making hallowed.
I'm going to wait till we like leave her presence. I'm going to relay all that to Nim too.
So, you guys get together in the tavern and kind of can RP it out, like what you guys talk about? What you guys
Yeah.
do?
Yeah.
So do we maybe join Brew at her corner
that's what I
table?
was gonna say.
Yeah.
We just met a haggard woman outside. She's been on the run from the darkness and has been observing some strange activities from below. She mentioned the phrase hallowed, which might be a reference to a ritual in which they drain the life of their victims in order to bring forth a great darkness.
That doesn't sound like what we need right now.
I remind Brew that her father, you know, it happened to him, you know, and we do need to get some payback for that.
Yeah, we might be able to find out if there's a connection between that and your father's death.
Payback, I'm on board with.
Anybody that manipulates a person's soul and their undead life needs to be taken care of.
I agree.
All right, what do you guys do? You guys take off for the Salt Salt Blown Alley. I think we can look. it
Yeah.
up.
I guess I would have showed them the sketch too. So where we
How,
gotta
how
go.
far away is that?
Let me think.
The South Ward. Oh my gosh, the Southern Ward. All the way here at the bottom. Let me zoom all the way out here, please. From where we are.
Oh,
We
we're
need
in
our-
the we're lower than that, aren't we?
Like you're in the Castle Ward here.
We're in the
Oh yeah,
lower
you're,
than
you're,
that.
You're in down
Yeah.
here at the Yawning Portal. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So not long. 20 minutes.
We don't need our horses then.
That's by foot. On foot, 20
Okay.
minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we left our horses back at the castle ward anyways.
I
If I'm
asked
not
Nim.
mistaken.
I asked Nim for some pointers on, making myself a little bit more disguised and disheveled as I travel through the city.
Do you want to slide
actually,
a hand
yeah.
and try to help him out?
Can I? What's my ability? That
We got an ability.
master of tactics. Yeah. Can I like give him a little bit? Like I'll come
Uh,
up to him and maybe I'll take his like. I was
Why
gonna
don't you
say, like,
just Why don't you just roll a sleight of hand and
Roll a
then
sleight of hand?
have and both of you roll a sleight of hand and then if he gets higher than a 10, he'll assist you at a +1.
I got a 12.
So you got a +1 to your roll.
okay, I got 19.
So you got a dirty 20. You managed to like rub some dirt on his face and take some grease and put it in his hair so it's not bright red anymore. It's like darker, and with the used cloak that you got, you put that on him and kind of like cinch it up tight and
It's like a montage of.
yeah, like you hit him, just basically, be real. Yeah, and so why don't we get a group survival check to see how long it takes us to get there. It says 20 minutes, but you never know. Some things could happen.
We want to stagger our travel like we did previously.
It's up to you guys.
I guess I'm asking the team. I think we
I
should.
mean, I got a 9, so I'm not gonna do very well.
I got a 17. I can head out and just keep me, in line of sight, and unless
Which is hard because now he's disguised, and so
well, they know what. That's what
Malara has a hard time keeping up a little bit. And give me a roll for the rest of everybody.
I got a
Brew,
16. I
Bruce,
want to go in the
fine.
back. Make sure I
Okay,
can keep
well,
an eye on everybody. But
Naaman, what's your survival?
That is a 16.
All right, so the only one that has a little bit of trouble getting there is Malara. And you guys get to the South Ward, and the one thing you've noticed is you've gone from like really nice buildings to really disheveled buildings. People here are happy, but they're poor. They're it's the downtrodden section of the city. You know that you've got to get there 2 bells past dusk and not to be seen. So when you guys get close, I would like a group's stealth check to see if you guys manage to get in without drawing too much attention.
Right now.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20, damn.
26.
Damn.
13.
6.
Okay, so that's gonna pass. Malara again is the only one who has a hard time blending in because she's so prim and proper. She looks the best out of all you, let's be real. And you guys managed to get into a position without drawing attention from any of the locals or any of the like cloaked figures that you might have seen and encountered on your way. So the setting here that we have is a burnt out warehouse in the South Ward. It's surrounded by closed shutters and sunken streets. There's the smell of rot. Poor folk drift by with blank stares. Most people avert your gaze, and some cross the street entirely. So as it's getting darker, the South Ward is really suffocating. Even watchmen don't even patrol here anymore.
Thank God.
Do you guys want to investigate the outside? Roll me some investigation checks to see what you guys can see.
I got a 2.
I got a 4.
10.
A 2.
It's an old burnt out warehouse, man. It's dirty and stinky.
This can't be it.
Yeah, you're not sure if you're in the right place. What do you guys do?
Is any doors?
Yeah, there is a door.
Can we search around for ways to get into the building besides the door also? I don't want to walk right straight into it if possible, but
Roll me a perception.
19.
Yeah, you see some windows that look pretty sturdy, but they have been covered mostly by vines and ivy. So at first it wasn't really like something you could see. They are not ground level windows though. They are like big, like bay window style windows.
I ask Nim, does he think this is a way that we should enter the building?
We could try.
Who's the first,
Do you,
who's the first to climb up and look?
I got
Should we-
I got my grappling hook.
Or-
I
Can
can
we-
just
can we
lift
reach-
people up.
Or can we? Yeah, Brew. Yeah, Brew. Do you want to lift me up and let me see if I can?
Toss me.
I mean, you did kick me in the shin earlier.
I'm sorry about that, but you also took my kitten.
I didn't take your kitten. I lifted it up.
I didn't like the way you're looking at it, though.
You ever
You were
just
licking
say
your-
sorry?
Licking your chops.
Have you ever said so?
Say sorry right now. And I'll lift you up.
I'm sorry.
All right. I'm gonna toss him up.
All right, roll me a strength check. I guess from both of you.
19.
Yeah, you get chucked up there. Roll me an athletics to see like if you can catch and grab a hold without too much problem.
Natural 1.
I'm gonna yell up. Sorry.
She's going to throw you, Nimin, at the window so hard that you break through the window.
Oops.
Well, since we're not stealthy anymore, let's go. Everyone through.
What do you guys do?
Come on up.
I'm going
Bef-
through.
So do you go
The-
through? Do you go through the broken window, or do you go through the
Yeah, I'm
try to
going-
go through the door? What are you guys doing?
I'm going through the window to be
I want
by
Brew to
Nim.
toss me.
Roll,
Gladly.
roll me a strength
But I
check
do it
for
very
Malara.
nicely.
And I want an athletics check from.
It's a 14.
Okay, yeah, you get checked. I want an athletics check from both Brew and Lucian to see if you can get through without getting cut by the glass and getting hurt.
13
It-
for me.
What do you want me to roll?
Nothing. You take 3 damage, and Nim, you take
3 damage?
1
Why?
damage because you just got thrown through an open window, Hannah.
I was going to attempt to grab onto the thing that Nim did not.
Okay, roll me an athletics check, and we'll see if you.
Okay, I
take
got
this
an
damage or not.
18.
Ah, damn. All right. You don't take the 3 damage.
I got a 17 with my modifier for my athletics check.
Okay,
I
you
had a dirty
managed.
20.
Yeah, you managed to like cut some of the glass down with your longsword, and then run and jump up the wall, and climb in. And what did you get?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20? Yeah, no problem.
Can I just like one-hand it up into
Yeah,
the...
yeah, pretty much.
You do like a Spider-Man
Yeah.
pose when you're done.
Yeah. superhero landing?
All right, I'm gonna have to drag this over here because it is finally time, and I'm gonna have to place you guys. Don't mind that. In here.
We can only see like the barrels in front of us and stuff.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. So let me just zoom in here. Yeah, so you guys, once inside, you can see that the walls are painted with dried blood and ritual symbols. You see the
That's
faint.
not good.
You see the faint glow of candles. What do you guys?
Can I do a religion on the symbols?
Yeah.
That is going to be a 19.
You're pretty sure that these are ritual symbols for necrotic magic. You're seeing a lot of necromancy symbols, a lot of dark symbols, a lot of like
Seeing a lot of
draining
undead.
symbols.
Undead magic ahead.
Let's kill him.
I could just.
Does anyone want to do anything before we go ahead and round the corner?
I'm gonna go
I
ahead.
was gonna
Sorry.
look around, see if I see anything worthy of, I don't know, and that might help us. Anything worth taking, using.
Roll me an investigation.
I also have dark vision, so I don't know how dark it is down here. And I rolled a natural 1. Actually, can I do it? Can I? Should I use this now? I have an inspiration that I've had for like 10 games.
If you want to use your inspiration, you go right ahead. Reroll.
Yeah, fuck it. Sorry, what was the? Was it
Investigation.
investigation? That is a 11.
You're going to find some candles made of fat and bone that haven't been set yet. But
Is it human bone?
a human bone and probably human
Human bone.
fat, but these are very flammable candles. So. And you find like 6 of them.
They're evil,
Yeah, most likely.
but I don't mind setting them on fire. So I'm gonna get my
I
bow
haven't-
out.
Okay, go ahead.
I just want to get my bow out, so when we go around the corner, I'm gonna start pelting people.
I have my shield out.
Can I do something fun? And I want to like use the oil and the tinderbox I have and set Lucian's arrows on fire.
Ooh, or like make an area where he can dip them.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah,
allow
yeah,
you to
yeah,
do
let's do
that.
that.
I
Let's
won't.
do
I
that.
won't. If you want to pre-dip them, let me know now. Otherwise, it'll cost a bonus to dip your
Yeah,
arrows.
yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
So yeah, you search around and you find like a container and you like mix all the wax off the bones and throw the bones to the side and your oil and you just like spark and flames erupt out of it and you look at Lucian and his arrows and you kind of both get the same idea at the same time and they're like, yeah.
Fire, here we come.
Let me just move you guys. Let me just space you out a little bit. What would the pecking order be? Lucian's got his bow out. Nimon's
would've
close
come in
behind.
last, so-
You want to come in last, so we'll do. Alara, where would you like to be?
The middle somewhere.
In the middle somewhere. Alright, so we're just gonna grab you all.
I can
like
be
this,
behind Lucin, yeah.
And we're gonna drag you guys over here. And what you're going to see beyond this. Alright, let me just get you the setting here. Let me just zoom in on everything here.
Can you like rotate the box of our characters so like
So that it looks like you're looking at.
That one's moving.
Yeah.
oh yeah, not only that, but like if you bring me down, I'll be first in line.
Where would you
Yeah,
like
I need
to
to
be?
be down further, I guess.
How's that?
There you go.
Is that better?
Yeah.
'Cause this is gonna be our initiative spot. So.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that one's moving. Isn't that crazy?
What's he doing?
All right. So yeah, the scene is the walls are painted with dried blood and ritual symbols. You see these candles here, made of fat and bone, burning low, and there's a group of 6 town folks here. They're chained to the ground and they're pale and near death. And there's a. Let me just get a circle going here. There's a circle here, but I want to kind of make. I wonder if I can make it glow. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, well. Try to make a better circle than that. You see a teleportation circle, a cracked teleportation circle carved into the stone floor, glowing with faintly purple. And you're seeing a lot of like purple essence coming off these town folks. Standing around the circle is a hooded ritualist flanked by a pair of deformed, life-drained thralls, which are these guys here. People whose essence has been partially consumed, making them stronger and unnaturally obedient. And the ritualist sees you rounding the corner and had heard you coming in, since you smashed through the window. And he says, "Too late. We're already speaking to our master in the dark between worlds. His instructions are clear, and you must die." And points his long bony fingers at you. Roll initiative.
Come on, initiative.
Natural 20.
Oh my god, let's go.
21.
Okay, necrotic
Oh, do you want us to put it in?
Yeah, put it in
Yes, put it in the thing, please.
the Nim. I'm throwing this dice away.
What? Oh, you got a 1 again?
Oh wait, no. Oh yeah. Well, how's that work with rolling initiative? If I roll a 1, is it a 1?
Yeah, it's not.
Because
good.
that's without my +3. So
Yeah. So you got.
Where do we put
You
the-
botch, you botch.
Where do we put the roll?
Live
at?
sessions.
Live sessions.
The Shiomi.
Got it.
And then the 2 thralls. Red. It's gonna be 16-2.
Level up.
Now at Verizon, we have
Hold
some
on.
big news for your peace of mind. For
We
all
gotta
our customers,
fight
existing
Verizon.
and new,
I wish we
lock
could.
Low prices for 3 years guaranteed on My Plan and My Home.
Thanks, guys.
Neat.
All right, so we got a dirty 20 and nat 20. So it's
What's
gonna go
the
paladin,
ritualist?
It's gonna be 16.
Right, but what's the dex mod?
He'll go before the red thrall.
Okay.
All right, we're getting our initiative hooked up here.
Oh, whoops, forgotten him.
Getting him in there. Lucian, you're getting like just radiations of like pure evil coming out of that circle. Like whatever he was talking to, is probably one of the most evil things you've ever come into contact with. It makes your
Alright.
it makes your chest hurt, where your spell plague was, but like you like check and it's not glowing.
It just makes me more angry.
Yeah. But this is definitely the closest you've come to it.
I'm gonna. Is it my attack?
It is your attack. What are you guys gonna do?
I'm gonna use that flaming arrow at the main guy.
Okay. Let me get my calculator up here. Keep track of the HP.
And remember, everybody within 10 feet of me gets +2 to saving throws.
That's good.
So stick close.
Well, I'm rushing in here pretty quick, so just to let you know. So
All right, everybody's about 60. Let me just see. 70, 60. Perfect. 50.
Hey.
Perfect. All right, so let me see. Flame arrow. D&D 5e, I think is an extra D6 fire damage. Okay, that's perfect. So roll me an attack.
18.
All right, that's gonna hit.
Okay, so an arrow does. You said an extra D6.
Yep.
So 11 total. A 5 and a 6.
All right. And he's going to like breathe a cold breath onto the arrow that hit him, and Just like freeze it and break it off and be like, "You cursed paladin."
Eat that, bitch.
I think that's the first time I've seen you swear.
He's losing it.
This is personal. So how far away are we from them?
Currently you are 55 feet away from the ritualist. You're 30 feet away from the first thrall and 50 feet away from the second thrall. And the commoners. So you got a move action yet if you want.
Okay. Yeah, I want to engage the first throw. Run to the first throw,
All right, first
dropping
throw.
my arrow and picking up my mason sword.
All right. So you did drop your bow and arrow. Is that what you're saying? You dropped your bow and arrow, or you?
Yeah, I just took one shot and
All right.
or my bow.
Yeah,
So
with your lit arrow. Okay. And let me pull them up. Life drain thrall. Okay. Anything else?
what else can I do?
That's up to you. Do you got an extra attack or?
I do have 2 attacks. Can I attack?
Yeah, you got to move, and you still got one more attack.
Yeah, so I do get 2 attacks per round. Is a throw undead?
I think technically they are. They're former
Take a
citizens.
bonus action to find out.
Yeah, they're former citizens. Their veins black and their muscles pulsating unnaturally.
All right. So my first roll is a 20, modified, not natural. And my second roll is an 18. So 20 for my sword and 18 for my mace.
That's gonna hit.
All right, for my sword, I do die 8. So 6 plus 4, that's 10. Now, if they're undead, my mace is a mace of disruption.
What does
So
that
is it-
do?
Um,
What does it say?
I got it here. I do 1 die 6 for the mace, then I do 2 die 6 radiant damage. If it's an undead or a fiend.
The radiant damage normally would affect it here because it is undead, but you see because they are so close to this circle here, something like evil reaches out, and your radiant light, since you're like within its circle's range, is diminished, and it like your radiance is hardly anything getting close to this. So give me so it was 10 without the radiant.
That's for the sword. Now for the I got another 9 for the mace, so
Okay.
19 total.
19 total. Okay.
But if I hit, the creature needs to do a save on wisdom, or be frightened till the next end of the next turn.
All right, let me. What's your DC save?
The DC
at 20.
15. It says success on a DC 15 wisdom
Alright.
saving throw.
Well, I rolled a nat 20, my first of the night. So
Okay.
he's still twitching,
All right.
but you did hit him, and he did take the damage here. All right, next Brew.
Okay, question.
Yes.
How far am I from blue?
55 feet.
Perfect. So I'm gonna start running towards him,
There,
and as I'm running there, I'm gonna activate large form, which lets me move. It adds 10 feet of movement. So I have 55 feet of movement.
so now okay, we're gonna move you right there then.
And
Damn,
I'm
bro.
gonna- I'm gonna pick this guy up.
You're gonna try to grapple him? Because you can't just pick him up. You gotta grapple him first.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to grapple him,
All right.
and I have advantage on strength checks.
So roll with advantage, and I will roll my strength here. Ooh, I'm rolling pretty good right now. What'd you get?
First one is 22.
I got a 21. What'd you get for your second one?
Next one was a natural 1 for 4.
Oh, you're so lucky. So it is a very close match, but you have him now grappled.
Yes. So the damage I want to do to him is I just want to pick him up and try to like crack him over my knee.
Damn, bro. Okay, that. It's gonna be an unarmed strike. I think we could bump that up from like a D4 to like maybe a D6.
Okay. I don't have to do the hit, like roll to hit it, right?
No,
that already
you.
happen?
Yeah, you just gotta roll me the damage,
Okay.
and give me a strength check just to see,
Strength check.
like lift him up and break him over your knee.
Natural 20.
Yeah, you have no problem doing this. Roll me the damage.
And you said a D6 for
Yeah,
damage?
D6 and then add your modifier.
5. So 8. But that's doubled because I got a natural 20, right?
Yep.
Nice.
So 16.
16. I'll take it.
It's not bad. And he's prone.
And I have a second attack.
Oh my god.
So I'm gonna just try to punch him in the face.
Stomp on his throat.
All right, roll me
Do I
an
get
attack.
advantage?
He's prone. You're right. Yeah.
Amazing.
You guys are so creative. You know that? You're just so creative.
First roll is 24.
And I love when. Oh god, yes. I love when your
Second roll is
creativity.
25.
Jesus Christ. Give me 2 unarmed attacks. Those are D4s. So
Okay. First D4 is it's a 1. Second one is 3. So 4.
4.
Yep.
Okay.
So
Boy,
20 damage total all around.
boy, you guys are assholes.
Assholes are smart.
Malara, what are you doing? Zoom back out and zoom back in on Malara. She is 45 feet away from the 40 feet away from the nearest thrall, 60 feet away from the ritualist.
Yeah, I want to get up to 10 feet behind Lucian so I get his bonus.
Smart.
And then I'm going to cast the level 2 spell Silence over top of the ritual area and the spellcaster there behind the spell
So,
zone.
like, you
It's a
wanna go-
20-foot radius, so it's 4 squares from the center of the circle to the edge of the circle. And then from there, that's the circle. Yeah.
All right, let me just do. Here. 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 And then obviously between the corners.
Hmm.
All right, what does that do? Read out what it says and what it looks like what you do.
It is an action that is 120 feet in range, concentration up to 10 minutes. You create a 20-foot radius sphere of silence centered on a point you choose within range. Within the sphere, no sound can be created, heard, or transmitted. Any creature or object within the sphere is deafened, and spells that require a verbal component cannot be cast within the area. And I say, in moonlight, hush, the whispers cease. With quiet's grace, we find our peace. And then just like this bubble of cone of silence envelops the area.
You hear him trying to curse you, but you can't hear a thing. It's just like him going, "Rah," raging against the silence.
And then I'm going to see if I have any bonus actions.
Yeah, what do you got? Let me see, what do I got?
bonus action. That's just healing word. Thought I had like a quick little attack that could do something, but I don't think so.
Any magic missiles or anything like that?
No, those will all be actions. Damn, and a lot of my spells are concentration, so even if I cast them, it would negate my silence. So I guess that's all I do.
All right, it's
And I
his
say
turn.
the wizard's silenced now.
He's got a movement speed of 30. So he's going to float out of the circle of silence. Oops.
As in levitate,
As in levitate.
as long as it's no verbal components.
No,
Yeah,
even
but the
after
cone of
he's-
silence is over the ritual components as well, so I don't know if he can even send his words to the ritual circle, if that makes sense.
I have to find out.
I mean, he can run.
No, he can run, but what I'm saying is that the thing that's gonna do whatever he wants to do in the spell is in the silence circle. So even if he is saying the incantation towards the components, the sound won't reach them.
Right. I know. Yep, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
20.
So unless he wants to move his candlesticks.
Jack be nimble, Jack be quick.
Oh, you're just
Flip
out
your
of
fucking
line. So,
candlesticks.
okay, so Lucian and Brew. The ritualist unleashes stored soul energy, a 20-foot cone. Each creature in the area must make a DC 14 saving throw.
What kind of saving throw?
Constitution saving throw.
So do you add your modifier to that?
Yeah, add your Constitution modifier. And we'll see.
I got a 16 with my modifier.
Got an 18.
Dang. All right. So you got both save against this blast of necrotic energy. So you're gonna take half damage. You're gonna take 7 damage.
Alrighty.
Nothing.
Oh, and it says on a failed save, a creature loses 1 hit die, which cannot be recovered until a long rest. And as a bonus action, he's going to cast Unholy Catalyst. If a visible ally is below half their hit point maximum, the ritual can empower their next melee or spell attack. That attack deals an additional 1d6 damage. He's going to tell Red to crush them, basically. And that's it. Okay, who's next? We got Red Thrall. Red Thrall. Oh, come on.
BRB.
Me too, I gotta pee.
All right, he's gonna attack Lucian at. Let's see here. Where's my Thrall? They attack at +5. Yeah, a 9 to your AC.
My AC is 18.
Yeah, so that's not gonna hit. All right, and let's see. Does he have anything else? Abilities? Nope. All right, next is going to be the Blue Thrall, who's going to attack Brew. Brew's using the bathroom, so we'll wait till she gets back. I'm just gonna preemptively roll.
There's no bathroom breaks in melee combat.
She pees herself in fear. All right, so.
Did you ever hear the stories of like the snipers would be, in their hide for days, and they'd have to do number 2. They would just undo their trousers and lean to the side, just let it go.
Shit where you're laying.
Yep.
I guess you'd have to.
Yeah, you want to get out alive, kill everyone in time to get out alive.
Yep. So you just kind of let it go. Clean up later.
I mean, no one's gonna come around and look what's in there, you know.
The pizza's hitting me like a gut bomb.
Oh no.
I had Fatso's pizza over the weekend. That was like really, really good.
You know, a place called Fatso's is gonna be good. Like,
Yeah, they have like the best sauce.
Yeah, we had a place in Vancouver that was called Fatty's Pizza, and it was the best thing ever.
Yeah.
It was like $1 a slice too.
man,
and-
Gino's Pizza, the guy that runs that place is just he's just gigantic and he's a great guy, but he's got the oldest like pizza oven in the West Side. But you could tell like if he's making your pizza, you're gonna have a good pizza. Like he clearly like looks like a pizza dude. Like,
Yeah, the
Alright.
Fatso's owner is a big dude also. And
Love
he
that.
wears apron that says "Don't trust skinny cooks."
yeah, I love that shit. I fucking love that.
Yeah,
Amazing.
that's-
I
yeah, you know
fucking
that's
love
good.
that. That's so good. It's true. All right. Brew, 17 to your AC.
Nope.
Damn,
I'm
guys.
18.
Fuck. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, you guys got high AC.
That's at a
Yeah.
that's at a +5, bro. Like I'm just rolling low.
Yeah, I got a high AC too. You probably shouldn't attack me.
Yeah, you squishy guys. I'll get there. I'll get there eventually. All right. Nimin, it's your turn.
All right, I'm gonna come up next to Malara.
Okay, we'll move you up next
Lara.
to Lara.
And I'm gonna use my crossbow and hit red, and and that'll be a. Man, this music's good.
Yeah, it's really working right now.
I like the thump in the background.
Yeah, the bass.
Mhm.
All right.
And I got a question for you.
Hmm.
Did you bring the fire with you, or did you leave it back where it was?
I guess I would have left it back where it was.
Yeah, because it had been pretty hot to pick up.
Yeah.
Don't matter. We're gonna burn this place to the ground anyway. So
So I rolled a 24.
Of course. What'd you get? That was against red.
Yeah.
All right. What's your damage on
Um,
that?
So I am gonna. It's a sneak attack. So I'm going to. Okay. The damage is. $20 damage.
wow.
Holy shit.
Get wrecked.
All right.
Yeah, we do a lot of damage as a team.
Okay.
so good, John.
Then I'm gonna use Master Tactics on Lucian and say, "Let's burn these motherfuckers." And so now you have advantage on your attack.
All right. Normally it would be Lucian's turn, but from
Oh.
inside the silence, inside the circle, you're going to see some twisted forms begin to appear. Let me see if I can find creatures and monsters. We gotta have a monster in here, right? Kind of matches what I'm looking for. If not, I'm just gonna grab a random monster.
Oh, is this like a gate or is this
Yeah. Here we go.
I feel like it's a gate. A wraith.
What you see is a living shadow swarm, a mass of soul echoes torn loose by a ritual appear from the portal. You can't hear them, but you can clearly see them. And yeah, if I will roll for their initiative.
Yeah.
21.
That's not good.
So I think that's before Lucian. So put him top. the
Oh,
order.
Lucian had a nat 20.
Oh, well, Lucian had nat 20. Put him right after Lucian then.
Yeah.
All right, Lucian. The brawl in front of you is pretty beat up, looking pretty rough. What do you got going on?
Well, I'm gonna attack the thrall, so I gotta put him out.
Hey, give me a roll.
And I got two-handed. So 14,
It's gonna miss the first
eight.
one.
18 with the
The
mace.
second one's gonna hit.
All right, so it does 9 damage.
All right, he drops to 0 HP, but he rises on. If you see him twitching, like he's not like, even though he's like down, he's not quite dead. Or let's just play. He's dropped in at 0 HP. That's right. So you just see him drop. That's all you see.
All right. So how far is the mage away from me now?
Let's between you and those people. 15 feet.
All right. Be aware, folks, that as I move, you're probably gonna have to move with me to keep the bonus of protection in your saving throws.
Yep.
I'm gonna close with and attack the mage.
So
And
you stand in front of the inside the necrotic ritualist, and his cold aura just like chills you to the bone. What do you do?
I'm gonna attack, and he's a magic user, right? I get
Yeah,
an
he's a necromancer.
So I get an extra attack, so I get 2 attacks, two-handed attacks. The first one is 19. That's with the sword,
All right, that's gonna hit.
and with the mace, it was a 5.
Ooh, yeah,
So-
that one's gonna miss.
Okay, for the sword, die 8 damage. 6 plus 4 is 10. Plus, I'm going to use a divine smite. And
I think I got a few hit points on this guy. Jesus. I knew the
And that's
smites were
what's-
coming though.
yeah, that's 18.
All right.
18 for that attack.
18 altogether for that attack. All right.
Yep. And now for my next attack.
And now for my next trick.
Oh, gotta switch the die here. 18 for the sword. 18 for the mace.
Damn.
So for the sword, I'll do 4 plus 4 is 8. I'm going to do my divine smites here in a second. For the mace, it was 5 plus 4 is 9. So 17. Plus I have 2 divine smites. 1 for
Wish I could
each.
kill it.
Jesus Christ.
28, 30, 34 total.
Damn. All right. Damn. All right.
And I've used 3 divine smites.
I was gonna say you used quite a bit of divine smites there.
You get a smite. You get a smite.
I get 8 of them. Spell slots.
All right. And do you do anything else? Bonus action? Anything else? I think that's all you got. You used quite a
Yeah,
few.
I don't have any other bonus actions.
All right. Let me go back to my shadow here. He's going to fly over to you, Lucian, and use Shadow Leech. Hit here. Let me see. 18 to your AC. I think that meets your AC, right?
My AC is 18.
All right. So you're gonna take a roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, 1 second. 12 with my modifier. So 15.
Okay, you are going to get touched by the Shadow Leech. You're going to take 7 necrotic damage. And then you're going to get your strength hit 1d4, which is 3.
So 3 off my strength.
3 off your strength.
Okay.
You just feel leeched from your strength, just drained from that. You like reached into your soul and grabbed a hold of it a little bit.
Piece of
Alright.
crap.
Brew, what do you got going on?
Did Blue do anything while I was gone?
Didn't he try to hit you? I think he tried to hit you and failed.
Did he? Is that what that was? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go into a rage now,
Okay.
and I'm gonna try to hit him with my great axe.
Okay. That's gonna hit. That's gonna meet their AC.
Yes. Damage is 13.
Okay. Oops. Not 13. Okay, there we go.
And second attack on Blue again.
Okay. Give me a roll here.
And 26.
That's gonna hit. Damn, bro. You guys are just killing it.
Oh, it rolls 2 dice when I hit. Cool. 13 damage.
He drops to the ground.
Amazing. You'll love to see it.
But if you could, don't touch their initiative, please.
So smash
I'm
him
not.
again.
All right, Brew, do you do anything else?
Smash it again.
Well, that was all my attacks.
Do you want to move? Because you can move if you want.
I mean, I do think that he's dead.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna go towards the mage.
Okay.
You're within my sphere of +2 to your saving throws.
Yeah.
All right, Malara. You are just outside of the radiating protective field. You see a living shadow swarm just zapped Lucian of his strength, and then Brew made short work of the other thrall and is making her way to the ritualist. What do you got going on?
I'm going to stay where I am, but I am going to cast with my staff Guiding Bolt at the shadow misty figure.
Okay, give me
Attack
a
roll
roll.
for that.
They are vulnerable.
Oh,
to-
thank God, it's a natural 20.
Hey.
Oh, well, they're
I'm like,
vulnerable to radiant damage.
And I should have said
Oh,
first,
flap.
but I did intend to cast that as a level 2. It was my bad.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you said level 2.
So at a crit, is it max damage or what do I do?
I think a crit is double damage.
Oh, so
or-
just double whatever I roll.
You're muted.
So roll me, and if they're vulnerable,
So it's gonna be 32 damage, and it's radiant damage to the wraith or whatever. And I don't know if this is affected by it, but it does say that and the next attack roll made against this target before the end of your next turn has advantage as the target is illuminated by light.
you want to know what's really fucked up about this? Is you deal
What?
you'll deal double damage, double the dice damage for a natural 20, and double the damage dice because of the vulnerability. So that's what you roll.
So I get another 5d6. Oh my god. Hold on.
Whoa. Later,
So-
shadow bitch.
So is double the damage of all the double dice I have?
So let me read it again.
Okay.
If you roll a natural 20 and the target is vulnerable to the damage type, which it is, you deal double the damage dice. So whatever your damage
double the
dice,
dice.
double it. And then you double the
Okay.
damage
Roll
dice
2
because of the vulnerability. So you
God damn.
So I'm doubling the damage dice, and then I double the damage collectively of those dice.
no,
Yeah.
yeah, the damage dice, yeah. It's basically you
Oh my
get you
God.
get 4 times the damage dice.
Oh, okay. I
is-
mean,
is what it is.
all right, I can
So
keep track of that.
roll that and then give me. This is the shadow.
Yeah.
God damn, dude. I just brought him out, bro.
Well, go back.
I'm gonna need
You're
a
not
calculator for this. Hold on.
And does that break concentration on your silence?
No, it's instantaneous.
Instantaneous. Fuck.
Okay, hold on. So I have that so far. Oh, whoops.
That's the most effective guiding bolt I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
Yeah, no kidding.
that never happened.
Oh my gosh, Victor, I'm sorry.
It's all right. I want you guys to be badasses.
excited.
I rolled.
She's so excited.
I rolled this for a level 6 campaign, and I honestly think that the CRs could use a little work.
You're gonna come at us with like some enemy one day that's just gonna kill us all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
TK.
finally.
Dragons.
I mean, that is the goal eventually.
Okay, so
Dungeons and
because I
Dragons.
casted it at a level 2, it was actually 5d6 damage.
Oh my
my
god.
God.
And since you said it was quadruple, it was 20d6 damage
Are you fucking kidding me?
for a total of 64 damage.
Oh my god.
The
It's a good
world
thing you didn't.
stopped.
And
it's
he's
a good thing-
illuminated.
Oh my god. I'm just glad you didn't attack my main guy. All right. Yeah, he is the living shadows become just pure bright white illuminate, and all necrotic elements of the spirits that have been formed together have disappeared, and they scatter 100 different directions, and you hear jubilant cries of the spirits as they are released from the necrotic magic that bound them. And yeah, Moonbow is very favored with this. She loves that you've done this.
Yeah, my eyes are glowing. It's
Take an
great.
inspiration. That
Hell
That
yeah.
was fucking awesome. And take the shadow off the fucking. It's dead. You just smoked it with one goddamn.
Melora's been waiting for
I'm
a moment to be a
useful.
badass. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
Mel.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. For real. All right. So after that, it's the ritualist. The ritualist does not like that at all, Malara. He's going to turn towards you, and he has a life tap beam at a +5 to hit with a range of 60. 22 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
All right. Sorry, I hate to have to do this.
And we're back.
We're back. Love this for me. All right. 6. You take 14 necrotic damage,
What's the crack
And-
do?
and he gains 8 damage back.
Oh, he sucks it out.
Yeah, he life taps her, which is thank God, because he got the shit beat out of him by a fucking paladin. And he is going to let's see here. Since he already did that to Red Thrall, he's going to look at the slumped pile of the Blue Thrall and whisper necrotic, saying, "You will rise, and when you rise, you will be more powerful than ever before." And he gets a +6, a plus D6, 1d6 necrotic damage to his attacks, because now that it's their turn, you notice they come back to life. They come back to life. Oh my god. They've got false life, which is a fun little thing they can do.
I'll give them false life.
Yeah, they got Undying Resolved, and the first time they drop to 0 HP, they rise again. And I'm not going to tell you how much, but it's a little bit, you know. Red is going to turn his eyes over here. Come here, little Nim.
What'd you do?
Come here, you're going to get slammed. Grave Grip Slam at a +5 to hit.
Oh.
18.
Rolo.
Red hits.
I'm finally rolling some decent dice. All right, 2d6
Fine now.
bludgeoning.
I'll take care of your thing.
Take 13 bludgeoning plus 1d6. You
Nim,
take
if you go away,
plus
Roll
one plus
dying
6
on your kitten.
necrotic damage. So 13
Okay.
from the bludgeoning and 6 from necrotic. And he's just like, ah, smash. Both hands raised above his head and smashes your little gnome body. So maybe this is a CR6 fight, guys. I don't know. We're gonna find out. All right, Blue is gonna run right up to Brew.
Blue on brew.
And that's a 15 to your AC.
No.
Okay. All right.
More angry.
Okay, Nimin, it's your turn. You got a thrall in front of you.
All right.
run away.
What do you got for us?
Wow me.
Wow me, buddy.
I'm gonna get up from getting beat down, and I'm pissed off.
Gotta get up to get down.
So I'm gonna take out my daggers, and I am going to stab him in the face.
Climb him like a tree and stab.
And I guess that's still a
Stab
sneak
your way
attack, right?
Because why?
Because Malara's next to me, or is it only when?
Only when you're flanking. He's threatened right now, but you don't have advantage.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, if you were to get, and I think a lot of times flanking is mostly with 5th edition is very niche. I don't even know if that's a rule or not, but so no, I don't think you'd
Yeah,
be attacking with sneak
It's your call.
damage.
I don't think it says that because as
You
long as
walk-
the
you-
ally is within 5 feet. But I guess you
does it?
walked up to me, right? So I don't know. It's your call.
It does say ally within 5 feet. Okay.
It says ally within 5 feet, and it doesn't. It says as long as I'm
And
not
that's-
at a
and that's-
disadvantage and I'm not incapacitated.
No, you just got smashed. You're fine. Yeah, why don't you roll? Roll with
Okay.
what your stats tell you to. Yeah. Don't listen to me. You know what you're doing.
Now, do I want to do double attack with my daggers?
Stab.
Yeah, when you make an extra attack with a light, probably you make it as private attack. Okay. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna stab with both.
One in each hand. Let me pull up the crawls here.
The first one is 19,
Oof, that's a hit.
and the second one is dirty 20.
That's also gonna hit.
So I'm gonna roll damage. So with my sneak attack, I'm going to do a. Oh, should I do all damage though?
Yeah, that might be the best right now if you
Because
got.
I was gonna trip him. I could trip him, but I think I might just go full damage on that.
I
'cause
think I just. You never know.
Yeah, because. Okay, so basic damage is.
I just want to see if you deal enough to get him on the ground. You
Yeah,
know?
that's what I'm.
Yeah.
27 damage.
Huzzah!
Yeah, that's enough. All right, you
Yeah.
you kill him for good this time.
You're dead for good.
All right.
And I don't have a bonus action this time, so
All right, is that the end of your turn?
yeah, because if I do
And we're-
2 dagger
and
attacks,
we're- okay, so
my
we can
bonus action
remove-
is counted action. So yeah,
You can
I'm
remove
done.
Red Thrall, and we can go top of the order with Lucian.
Remove the thrall. Sorry,
Yep, if you can, please.
that was blue or red.
Red.
Raw. Connect the transponder.
Yeah.
To the helm.
The helm we will go.
We are going to the helm.
All right, Lucian, what you got going on for us? Uh-oh. Did we lose Lucian?
He's muted.
Oh, you're muted.
We might have gotten up to go to the bathroom or something.
No, I'm here. I had to delete a call. I'm back. I'm attacking with the mage.
All right, we're attacking the necromancer. Yeah,
Yep.
the ritualist. And you still haven't
right.
broken your concentration, have you, Malara?
But so far, I haven't. Well, I did take damage.
Roll Constitution saving throw real quick.
Alright, yeah.
Oh, I haven't even been. Oh,
Yeah,
for the silence.
Yeah,
right?
just,
Yeah,
I want to see if the
silence.
silence is still up before you go.
God damn it! Get in the hole.
That's what she said.
It's only a 9, so it's probably disbanded.
And you begin to hear the necrotic whispers of something really, 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 really evil, guys. The second that silence kind of went away, you felt that chill kind of wash over you. Lucian, you kind of feel like your radiance is a little bit lower, but it is your turn.
All right. So the first one is a 18 for the sword.
Okay, that's gonna hit the ritualist. He still hasn't yet to cast mage armor yet. Hasn't gotten a chance to cast mage armor yet. Oh wait, he's gonna cast shield in reaction to your first longsword attack. So
Okay.
it's gonna hit an invisible shield, and
Okay.
that one bounces off.
21 for my mace.
That one's gonna hit him though.
All right. So I'll do the damage here first,
Yep.
just so I don't get confused.
And your radiant damage is negated here because of the silence is gone. So he will he will have to roll to be frightened, but he does have advantage on that. So
Oh, got you.
right.
But he's not undead, so that doesn't count towards him.
Oh, it doesn't. Okay, perfect.
So because he's at my strength, I don't get all my strength bonuses for
Yeah,
damage.
you don't. Yeah.
So 7, and then a divine smite, which is my 4th one.
Oof. So how many you got left?
4.
Damn. That's
I
a
get-
lot.
I get 1 per spell slot.
Minus
so-
4 plus
7, so 10, 18 for that mace. Now I've got 2 more attacks.
Oh my god, I forgot you're a fighter. Or a paladin class. Martial classes
that
get
was-
crazy.
So that was an 18 for the sword. Did
Alright.
that hit?
that first one, yeah, that's gonna hit.
Now for the mace. That was a 7. That missed.
All right. Give me the
So the
damage on
next-
the sword.
Okay, 1 second. 5, 7. And I'll use my 5th smite.
Oh my god. All the flippers. These
We've had
old-
4,
Fifth
yes,
smite.
but what about 5th smite?
Could I interest
So-
you in a fifth?
That was 16 total.
Wow, guy. All right.
Still kicking.
He's barely kicking.
Now for my next attack.
Finish him.
15, did that hit?
That's gonna hit. Yep, because he still doesn't have mage armor. That meets his AC.
Okay, and then for the mace, that was a 17. So for the sword,
Yeah, why don't you just take the last strike there and just cut him down and mace him in the face, because
Yeah.
he didn't have very much left. And so let's say
Yep.
the math here.
cut him through the middle and smash him in the melon as he goes down.
Yeah, as he's dying, he says, you cannot stop my master. The ritual will be complete. The wedding will go on as planned, and nothing you do will stop it. And he dies.
Until me.
So are all of our opponents dead or not?
No, there is still a undead thrall that has his undead resolve.
So I'm done. That was all my attacks.
Do you want to move next to him? And prepare?
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right. We'll do that, and then we got Brew.
I'm gonna hit blue.
You're gonna hit Blue. All right.
Mm, 13.
Thrall. Nope. Miss.
I'm gonna try to hit him again.
All right.
Oh,
Thrall's
yeah,
had higher
25.
AC. Yeah, you hit him. So I'm like, yeah, the Thrall's actually had pretty high ACs. But you've all been rolling like 20 plus. So.
Damage is 13.
You kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I still take a turn real quick?
Sure. What do you want to
Yeah,
do?
I silence the thing again.
Well, here's what I'm gonna do. Bonus action, healing word on Nim, which actually heals me as well.
I say we gotta stop the chanting.
Yeah, I know. I have a plan for that.
Okay,
So,
because
yeah, I know. I got a plan for it.
okay.
So
You're
healing
like,
word,
I know,
bonus action-
Lucian.
I know, Lucian.
You go, damn it!
Where the frick is healing word? There it is. Bonus action instantaneous. I'm gonna cast it as a level 1, 1d4 plus my spellcasting modifier. So Nim takes 7 points of healing,
Thank
and that
you.
also gets me some healing. Healing spells you cast on others, so 2 plus the spell level, which is 1, so I get 3. I'm gonna take a move action to get within like 5 or 10 feet of that circle.
All right, when you get
And then-
close, I need you to give me a Arcana check.
Okay, well, I'm gonna do something here too. Arcana
Right, I just wanted
It's
to
gonna be
just give you a little flavor.
21.
You know that this ritual allowed a window to be opened into the Lich's liminal prison for words to be exchanged, and it still lingers.
Okay. So the important part is the word part, not so much that there's like lit candles and such.
Yeah, silence it. So
Well, because I was gonna do cast water and just snuff out the candles.
I would silence it, and then let's get these people out of here, because that's what they're gonna turn if we don't silence it.
Yeah. Okay. So then I'll just cast silence again, which is a
Um,
level 2.
as you connect arcanically with the circle, you hear a disembodied voice in your head, and he says, so long I've been in silence, and you wish to silence me still. I know your scent. Flesh warm, pulse thick with purpose. I remember Waterdeep. I remember binding it in dreams of fire. It does not remember me. You carry weapons, light, hope, but it is your fear that feeds me most. They promise my return. The bones sing their part well, but the music is not yet perfect. When the crown is placed upon the kings, the grave
Malar
of
looks at a
kings,
watch.
and the blood of the world is spilled into the chalice, then I will walk this earth again, You will kneel or be hollowed. And then, like, you cast the last bit of the spell.
Cool story, bro.
And you hear him silenced around you. And the thralls, as they are broken from their trance, are not silenced, and they all call out at once. It says, and they all say, "Then I shall walk again. I see you through the veil, little thieves of time. Soon you will carry me deeper." And then they all fall to the ground.
So
Yay.
are the townspeople still alive?
They're still alive after that brief possession, but they are near death.
We need to start healing them and getting them out of here. Let's desecrate this circle with holy water and the candles if you want, Hannah.
Yeah, I'm starting to like say a prayer and sprinkle holy water on my fingers to snuff out the candles.
All right.
And then let's
everyone
burn
that
this-
wants to
Oh,
do
actually,
that,
I can't
roll-
say a prayer because it's silenced. But
Yeah,
I'm
well,
saying a
it's-
silent prayer in my
yeah,
head.
Yeah. Just give me each a religion check. Everyone that's doing this this performance, religious performance, to sanctify the desecrated ground.
25.
Nice.
How many townspeople are there? You said.
6.
All right, can I heal them each for 2?
Yeah,
Just
just
so
to
we
bring
can get
them
'em out of
life. Yeah, just to bring them to
Yeah.
life. Yeah.
I'm still
Alright,
in my
so I'm a-
large form.
Yeah,
Can I
you're,
just pick 2 of them up
you
under
could
my
you
arms?
could easily pick 2 of them up under your arms. I forgot to make you a large. Big.
Big
Big.
group.
Let's hurry up and search this place, especially for more
Yeah, I'm already
townspeople.
doing that.
Okay, good deal. Yeah.
Roll me an
Nim?
investigation, Nim.
Ooh, that is a dirty 20.
Do any you read Infernal?
Uh-oh.
No.
You find a note written in Infernal.
Well, take it and we'll get it translated. And then search the mage too. Is there anything worth on him?
A lot of like reagents, a lot of like forbidden reagents, like
Uh,
nasty shit, and
Burn it.
you don't find any
Yeah.
wealth. You don't find any wealth. Nimin, in your investigations, you've kind of figured out like this was, this is like a precursor ritual. Like the main ritual's a week out. You know, the wedding's a week out. You know that this was like to get in touch with the big baddie for them to like get some information. I'm sure Lyra Voss will want to know all about this. And with that, we'll kind of like wrap it up here.
Yeah.
as we leave, let's burn this place to the ground so they can't use it ever again.
And as you guys walk away from the burning warehouse, a group of poor
Pizza.
people have come up and just to check it out, and they embrace the commoners that you guys have rescued, and they take them to the nearest temple in the South Ward. You guys see that like people here live in squalor. It's hard for them. You guys have spent most of your time in the nicer parts of town, and this is your first time in touch with Waterdeep's abject poverty. So that's yeah. Oh, and this
Any
is the picture
silver
of
that I
the
have?
guy. This is it. This is the
That was
picture.
sick. That's cool.
There's you guys busted in, you know.
Any silver that I have on me, I'm gonna pass out to the people.
All right. Yeah. With a little bit of hesitation, some people have heard, word travels, and they heard about, paladins, nice paladins, and then the next magical explosion. They haven't put 2 and 2 together, but they're a little bit hesitant, but they're poor, so they take whatever they can get.
And then as we go back to our new safe house, I want to heal everyone that I can before our long rest.
For a long rest, yeah. Yeah, we'll let you guys get a long rest in. You guys get back to the castle ward and are beat up and scared and dealing with a whole thing, and you got a piece of paper with some information on it that you can't read, and I'm sure next time we'll get that figured out.
Nim's like
Classic.
laying in bed, like flipping it over, trying to
Yeah.
figure which side is up. And
Maybe your cat can read it.
Yeah, let's get a few more cat rolls in for the day. What are you feeding it?
yeah, sure. I like to think the meat I have is like
Milk steak.
Yeah,
Yeah,
milk
milk
steak.
steak,
Or
yeah.
milk steak.
Its favorite.
Milk
Uh,
cereal.
Feed it something to fatten it up so we can have it for dinner in a couple weeks.
Honestly, milk steak's pretty good. All right, so give me some animal handling rolls, Nimin, for the day. We'll see how much mischief it gets
Like
into.
this cheerful music for the end of the day.
Yeah. You're all in the inn and hanging out at the inn.
17.
All right, yeah, you managed to keep it in line. It wears the collar a little reluctantly at first, but it manages to get the collar around it, and you keep it within your sight, and it's growing more accustomed to being around you, tamer by the day.
My little blur.
Little blur.
You should get it a sweater so its tentacles aren't just flailing.
You want to buy shirts for everything?
Yeah. I like things.
I
better when
grew
they
up
don't look
without
like
one.
animals.
So yeah, we're still in Waterdeep. The wedding is, like I said, it's a week out. Next time you join us, I'm sure there'll be something going on, and I'll get some more written up. And yeah, I think I'm gonna send you guys on an epic adventure before the wedding. Like, I think there's still one more adventure to be
Cool.
had.
Awesome.
All right, folks. Thank you very much for joining me. That's where we're gonna call
Thank
it for the
you.
week.
Good game.
Yeah, that's good.
GG's. Thank
That's
you
fun.
very much for playing.
Happy early Father's Day.
Yeah.
Thanks.
That's coming up.
You're welcome.
Yeah, you're the DM dad.
DM dead.
Dad of the group. All right. Well, thank you very much, everybody who's watching on Twitch. We appreciate you. Might go check to see if there's anybody else, but otherwise, I will talk to you all later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
All right, don't go anywhere just yet. We're going to get the channel open and see who's on Twitch. Oh, man. What do we got? Ender's still going? What's Ender up to?
Through the back alley over here.
Good call. Oh, who else did we have that was from
Oh shit.
You
John,
have
John
something
Dior?
none of us have.
Oh, shoot. I didn't mean to do that. Let's just raid, let's raid Wombat. So we're going to
I
be
can't
doing a
call
little bit
Pete because if
RP
he's around,
tonight
then
in
you guys saw that on the
GTA,
screen,
but we're
I'll
not
be
going to be
trouble.
streaming. We're going to be hanging out with Odin, hopefully.
Now that you guys said that.
But otherwise, we're going to hit this raid, and you guys be good humans, and we will
Nick,
talk
you're
to
turning
you
bad.
all later.
Bro, I think I just think that with no repercussion, like it's like
I don't know if I see a way down.
I don't either. I just think yeah, when the cops like are running people over, if we did that to the cops, they'd shoot us. So we did the same thing. We did the same thing. Yo, Victor's a roll. That's Cricket right there. I literally just called you.
Well, we might close up here. They'll have no evidence. Oh, okay.
Evil Cricket. Dude, have a good one, bro. Have a good one. Thanks for dropping by. If you guys haven't followed Cricket yet, man, make sure you guys follow him.
All right. Dope.
Get in here.